I forgot to go live on Twitch and YouTube. So let's go ahead and go live on Twitch and YouTube. Hey, tubers. Hey, Twitchers. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate y'all, the Twitch and the YouTube family. I appreciate you all so very much, especially for your patience. YouTube, TikTok. Thank you all so much. And if you're on TikTok, go ahead and keep tapping that screen, sharing the live, doing all of the good things, guys. All right. We do have a daily donation goal of $150. Pay links are in the bio. I have a PayPal, Erica Shante 31. Also Zelle, everything with Erica 9 at gmail.com. And Vimeo, everything with Erica. Any of your support is definitely appreciated. Thank you so very much for the love, the kindness, the support, and definitely the encouragement. Oh, and engagement. Can't forget the engagement. All right, so let's see here. What was that? Oh, user, please retype your sentence and try again. Thank you. I think you're missing a word. Oh, I have to reset this up to the panel thing. Ba-dum-bum. You're loading, but I have 2 people up here now. Okay, that's cool. Hey, Sean. Hold on one moment. Avac, I can't really see your name. Hey, Sean, do you want to be a mod? Let me know. Type like yes in the comments or something, and I'll make you a mod. Yeah, I know. This person isn't loading, so I'm gonna disconnect them. What's your name? Eric. Hi, Eric. How are you tonight?
All right, yourself?
I am doing well. All right. Did you come up here to contest the fact that you've been duped?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, fudge stickles. I have to fix this panel thing. Give me 1 second. There we go. Switch.
Why do you believe I've been duped?
Oh, it's just because Trump hasn't done anything that he said he was going to do for you.
Oh, only everything.
Oh, how is that?
Doge created a program that cut every useless job in all of America. Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
He has not started a new war.
Mm-hmm.
And he has, yeah, he's done everything. I mean, you tell me what he has not done.
Okay, give me 2 seconds to process what it is that you said, because it is making me laugh. Hold on. I said give me 2 seconds to process what you had said, because it's making me laugh, and I'm trying not to laugh. I'm trying to be respectful, okay?
I just want to know what he has not done.
Okay, what he has not done? Sure. He has not lowered your grocery costs. He has not lowered your cost of living. He has not lowered your gas prices. And he also has not increased your pay. You've been duped, my friend.
Pay, definitely.
No, he hasn't.
The groceries, yeah, thank you, Joe Biden.
God why is it Biden's fault, though? I mean, Trump's been in office for 100 days now. Over 100 days now. Yeah, over 100 days. He hasn't done anything. I'm sorry, how many days does it take? I'm sorry, because I was talking, so I apologize. How many days does it take?
It takes 90 days for inflation to even reach anything that it was touched.
But it's been more than 90 days, though. So if I go to the grocery store, like yesterday, shouldn't I have seen lower prices?
So on day 1,
why are hot Cheetos still $6 a bag?
No, well, they ain't
that. Exactly. Why are Cocoa Pebbles still $6 for the small box?
They ain't that where I live.
That's what I'm saying. He ain't lowering the prices. That's the problem. All right. So that's why I say you've been duped, because he hasn't lowered the prices. Now you mentioned Doge, right? What was the number that Doge with that what's your boy name? Elon? What's the number that Elon was aiming for in cuts? What was the total number?
Several million.
Was it several million or was it 2 trillion? Was it no. Let's go back. Was it several million or was it 2 trillion? There's a difference.
I don't think he's ever going to hit trillions.
No. I'm asking you, what's the number that he promised y'all? I just want you to be honest. Like, let's have a conversation in good faith here. Let's have a genuine conversation, Eric.
I don't remember what the number he promised was, actually.
Yeah, it was 2 trillion, love. It was 2 trillion.
That was his goal. He didn't promise anything. He
Yeah, he did. He literally got on the stage and said that he was going to cut 2 trillion, and then he told us that he was going to do 1 trillion. Guess how much he actually ended up doing?
I think last thing I looked at was like 600 billion.
Is everything okay? Do you want to mute up for a moment?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, how do I mute? Mute me.
I'll mute you. All right, awesome. So while Eric is taking care of that, let's look at the exact number. All right, because I think it was 180 million, but I want to be 180 billion, but I want to be sure. We like to go for accuracy here. Oh, there we go. The most recent, all right, is 160 billion. Now, guys, I am no mathematician. All right. I don't even pretend to be one on TV. Thank you for the heart me. All right. But if I use my fingers and I do the math, that's not 2 trillion. It's not even 1 trillion. Like carry the 1 and then the 6 and then, yeah, it don't work that way.
Well,
it's coming in quite below. 10%. You're right. Thank you for doing the math for us. We appreciate you.
All right.
So they didn't make the cuts that were promised. So that's the thing.
Yeah, but what did any other president do?
Why we got to talk about other presidents when Trump put Elon in place to make those cuts and Elon didn't come through? Also, you mentioned the jobs, him getting rid of.
If he accomplished $1,
Eric,
he works for free.
Eric, here's the deal. All right. You mentioned them cutting all of those jobs, right?
Yeah.
But didn't the courts already say that they have to hire those people back? And so aren't they paying back pay along with back insurance to these people? So all of these employees are still getting paid. So where's the money that's saved, love? Where's the money that's saved?
Very few got hired back.
What's a very few? What's the number? We like numbers over here. So what's the number?
Maybe like 47.
What's the number? 47 what? 47 people?
People. There not many got hired back with back pay.
What's your source on that, love?
Just common sense. Have you ever worked for the government? I worked for them for about 4
Did you just say the answer is just common sense?
Yeah. You don't have to have a source.
I need you to be so for real right now. Like, be for real.
Do you not have common sense? Like, literally?
Did you just say the answer is common sense? That is your answer to how many government employees were hired back was 47. So out of like the 100,000 that were let go and then brought back in, only 47. Sir, I need a source for that, or I'm just going to have to say that you're a liar and the truth is not in you. We can't believe nothing you say. You got to provide a source. Source. Eric, source.
Experience on that one. You're not going to get hired back unless you actually had a responsible job that did anything for anybody, obviously. And most of those were cut because of not doing anything for anybody.
You said 47?
It was just a joke.
Do you really want to give a number?
Literally a joke.
Well, I didn't like your joke, and the reason why I didn't like your joke is simply because it was wrong, and also because it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. It wasn't funny because you were about 23,953 off. That's why 53. Okay, so 23,953 government employees off.
No, they weren't doing their job.
Who are you to say that someone was lazy? Like, how do you make that conclusion? How do you come to that?
If they didn't accomplish anything and they got fired.
How do you know they didn't accomplish anything? Because none of this was based off of performance.
Yes, all of it was.
No, there were literally people. There's literally, Eric.
Where is your source that it was not based on that? Go to Doge.com.
Stop it. So, Eric, there were many people who were above expectations. So basically who received glowing performance reviews last year, who were fired. So based off of their most recent performance reviews, they wouldn't have qualified to be let go due to performance. That's all it is to it.
Their performance was great because they did nothing.
That
They
doesn't
had
make
no
any
goals
sense.
or anything.
Okay, so
They
how
met
can you say that they
every
did
standard
nothing?
available.
I really feel like you're going off your feelings, and it's a lot. I want you to stop. I want you to stop talking about your feelings and how you feel about this. I want you to stick to the facts.
Go to Doge and look it up.
I'm not a very emotional woman. All right. I just want you to let's talk about the facts because men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So, Eric, say something factual.
What do you want me to say?
I'm asking. I just said say something factual.
Cut costs, and you're mad about them cutting costs.
They didn't cut any costs though.
Fired.
How is it that Donald Trump is cutting costs when Donald Trump's administration is spending more money at the current time in his presidency than any other administration in the past 30 years?
You ain't
so how is he saving money?
Doing good with that question.
How is he saving money? How's he saving money though? You got to tell us. You got to stop saying stuff and then not proving it.
You ever heard of a spend money to make money? Not send it to Ukraine. No, that's dumb as fuck. Or send it to Palestine. Fuck that shit. That's just throwing money away. But spend money to make money is a little bit different.
Eric, break that down for us because I want you to tell us who actually controls the purse strings. So I want to know from you, Eric, because this will be your chance to say something factual. I want you to tell us, tell me, tell the chat. All right, who approves the budget? So who approved the funding for Ukraine?
Rothschilds, probably.
I'm sorry, Eric. Are you wearing tinfoil tonight? Do I need to get my tinfoil?
No. You don't know who really owns the world, do you?
I don't need to get my tinfoil. Are you sure?
I don't know.
I'll get it.
Rothschilds control Trump or not, but they control the world.
Eric, I'll get the tinfoil if you want me to, buddy. But no. I literally just gave you a chance to say something factual, and you said the Rothschilds. Bruh, come on. All right. No, the answer is Congress, dear. Congress. It has to go through the House and it has to go through the Senate, and they both approve it, and then the funding goes out.
I thought you were looking for something a little more detailed.
Are you serious?
Yeah, seriously.
This is not. Oh my gosh, you are something else. All right, so we're gonna give you one more chance. One more chance to say something factual. All right. Okay.
I won't go too deep with this one.
Prove to us that Donald Trump has not spent more money at this time in his presidency than any other president over the last 30 years. And go.
Pulling us out of 2009, 2008, Obama. Oh, no. Stimulus package. Beat me. Stimulus package. Got you. Thank you.
What are you talking about? Cap.
Money spent for stimulus packages. Come on, look it up.
Sir, I said the first, this time in his presidency, so you can basically base it off of the first 100 days. Is everything okay at home, Eric? Do we need to talk?
I could just say the money spent to Ukraine in the first package. I win that one too.
Am I being gaslit?
No, I'm winning.
Are you trying to gaslit me?
I win on both those.
I feel like you're trying to gaslit me because I'm.
Yeah, by far.
Eric, what the hell are you talking about? Seriously, what are you talking about, Eric?
Just look up the value of the first package sent to Ukraine.
No, that's not how any of this works. We're talking about money that Trump has actually spent. All right, in his first 100 days.
Are we talking about his own goddamn money or what?
No, not his own money. I'm talking about the American people's money. Sir, the money that we pay, our taxes, the revenue. The revenue.
Win with the first.
Oh my God!
Money spent to Ukraine.
Insane.
In that package.
It made my brain hurt. You're talking about over a 4-year time period. That doesn't make any sense.
Nah, it was a one-time payment though.
That doesn't make any sense, and it wasn't a one-time payment, sir.
It was a 5-time payment, but the first payment.
Please explain the 5-time payment. Well, I'm looking at something right now, Eric. I just want you to entertain the class, all right, while I do this. So explain to the class how it was a 5-time payment. Please, go ahead. They're listening.
Because Joe Biden kept on sending and sending and sending, like 5 times.
How much did he send in total?
Probably around $800-900 billion. Something like that. How close am I?
Oh, I don't know.
How close am I?
I'm doing
I'm really
something. You're
fucking
just
close.
hold on. Just calm down. Chill, please. I beg. I don't have a Discord anymore, guys. So I don't. If somebody's trying to send me something, I ain't got it. I don't have it. Oh, speaking of, kind of like a commercial break, the Discord should be up and running by what is it called? Friday. So we should have our new Discord up and running by Friday. But still, as a love, you still get access to the monthly drop. So if you're not feeling the op, you can drop. And also, guys, you can do the 30-minute Coco hosting position. I am very good. I'm not gonna kid you. Until things like whatever, you can still do the 30-minute Coco hosting position. All right. So there's that. All right. Okay. All right. My gosh. Oh, child. That was a lot. Also, they didn't even spend the full amount. Let's see, how much under Biden? Because I think I know the answer, and I think it was like less than 20% of the amount that was approved was actually spent over in Ukraine.
I know nobody wanted to approve none of it, but
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said I don't think anybody really wanted to approve it, but it was sent.
Okay, so the amount that was allocated to Ukraine was actually $182.8 billion. And the amount that was actually dispersed over there in funding and equipment. All right. So listen to this, in funding and equipment, the majority of it being equipment. All right. Is $83.4 billion. $83.4 billion. All right. And some of that is going to have to be repaid by Ukraine. Okay, so we're going to get some of that money back. So they didn't even get the full amount that was actually allocated to them.
We never accept payment back.
That's not true. What evidence do you have to that? You just be saying stuff, don't you?
Ever heard of a country actually paying us back?
Many countries have paid the United States back. What are you talking about?
They're paying us back now.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. I am no foreign trade expert, but it's definitely something that, you know, is easily accessible information. I mean, Eric, you have a whole smartphone in your hand, this whole device, right? Where you can actually look up and disseminate information. You could do some research, right? And you're not doing that. And I don't know why. Why would you make such a concrete statement like, we've never been paid back? Why would you say that? Why would you say something like that, Eric? Eric, where'd you go? Do I get to play the whole music today? Look at God.
I'm still here.
I know, but you were on hold, so I'm playing the whole music. Let it ride. Oh, you're on hold again, Eric. Good grief. Eric, come back.
The first payment we gave him was $177 billion. Are you kidding me?
When?
And hang on.
All right. While Eric is doing that, guys, we do want to say that hey, listen. I know that when you're on Teacup, you can still hear me talking. So I know you heard me talking, Eric. Let me finish talking. All right. Yeah, so to your point, to your lie, where you say that the U.S. has never been paid back, that is a lie. All right. Countries, Finland, Hungary, Liberia, Nicaragua, and Cuba have actually paid the U.S. back for debts from war. This was back in World War I. Countries, let me see here. For World War II, it was like Hungary, Italy, Romania, Bulgaria. Also Finland paid the United States back. So there's that. And also the Soviet Union made some payments to the U.S. So we've been paid back before. We don't have to go into Haiti either. I'm not going to go into Haiti. We're not going to go into that lazy, but okay. We're not going to go into that lesson. Okay, Eric. But yeah, anywho.
Eric, you've been 1% of being paid back. Thank you.
You've been duped. Okay. It's okay to admit. It's okay to admit when someone has lied to you. It's okay to admit when someone has lied to you, because then what you can then do is you can learn from it, you can grow from it, and you can move on and make better decisions in the future.
How do you have a huge following of people that actually believe you?
People love me. What are you talking about? Are you mad that people like me?
I don't. I'm not getting how you have any kind of following.
Why do you want to
Like,
be so mean? That doesn't make any sense. Why are you saying mean stuff? Have I said anything
no, I
mean to
don't mean
you?
it mean. I'm just you're stating like really false things.
I'm not. All of this is verifiable information, love. You can verify this
No,
info.
what you just looked up was that we got paid back less than 1% of the money we put out, and you're acting
They
like
paid it
that's
back in
actually
full.
getting paid back.
I don't understand where you see that as 1% of less than the money that we put out. That doesn't make any sense. Like, you keep saying
Hundreds
stuff,
of-
but you don't prove it.
I mean, take 5 trillion and divide the money you just said, and we have like
Where did you get
7%.
5 trillion from, though, sir? That's the thing. Where are you getting
What
these
do you
numbers
think
from?
we loan out a year? Look
Where
up
are you
what
getting
we
this
loan
money
out a year
from?
to other
Like, where are
countries.
you getting this? Where are you getting these numbers from, Eric?
Well, I have to leave the chat, and then you'll get on to me.
Go ahead. You don't have to leave the chat. You can teacup. I'm just gonna play the whole music. That's all. You can teacup. You can go check. It's cool. Doom, 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 doom. I like this song, guys. It's very soothing. It's very, very soothing. Oh, thank you, Frey. That was a space dog. Thank you, Frey. Y'all draw some hearts in the chat for Frey. Yeah, we have a new heart sticker, by the way. We have a new heart sticker. All right, that you all, if you are a sub, that you can take advantage of. All right, let's see. What do we have here? Hold on.
6.7 trillion.
Be quiet. I'm talking. Jeez Louise. Why do you keep doing that? I know you heard me talking. Hey, Regina, did you vote for Trump? Regina, did you vote for Trump? Do you know that you're here?
She don't even know she's here.
Regina, can you hear me? No, okay, all right. I really dislike this layout. It makes me so uncomfortable because I'm gonna change it.
Either.
You don't like this layout either, Eric?
That's weird.
I know, right? It's weird. I don't like it. And the one that I do like, it won't let me do it. So there's that. Fudgesicles. Guess I have to do it this way. I don't like that one either. Boo. Okay. Is it this one?
I think the one you was on was better than that one. Yeah, that one's better.
I hate this one too.
That's better than that other one.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I hate all of them.
I like the 4 one better than the 8 one. That's vertical.
Okay, let's see.
It makes you so tiny. On this one, you're less than half of the thing.
Sorry that you guys have to go through this with me. I hate this one. I hate this layout. I really hate the layout.
I think the 8 one makes it where you could your viewers can see you better though.
Okay, I'm gonna change it. I don't like these layouts. It won't let me do what it is I want to do. No, that's
the long ways 8 or
Eric.
6
Eric.
Yes,
Eric.
ma'am.
Shh. Please. I'm begging you. Stop it. Okay, let me see here. Okay, are you just gonna do it this way?
That's the best one. Yep.
Yeah, we're just gonna do it this way, and then hopefully next time I come around, it'll be fixed. So there we go. I like the panel layout. All right. Doesn't he though? He sure does. Okay, guys, let's keep oh, you knocked out the tiny dinies already. Wow, thank you so much, guys. Let's go ahead and thank you so very much. Throw some hearts in the chat for yourself. Let's go ahead and get this up to 125,000 likes. Let's keep doing all of the good things while we are here. I am so happy to be back. What Santana say today? I'm vulnerable. He said I'm vulnerable. I was like, bruh, chill. But no, guys, if you want to have a conversation, I am looking for Trump supporters only. So if you are friendly, please drop out of the request. Only looking for Trump supporters only at this time. All right. I'm going to keep talking to Eric because bruh. But yeah, if you're a Trump supporter, go ahead and get in the box so that we can have a conversation. All right, Eric. So where'd you get this number from? I forgot what number you said. So say it again. What were you saying?
$6.7 trillion have been sent to Ukraine.
Did you just say $6.7 trillion has been sent to Ukraine? Eric, come back. You come back right now. I know you can hear me. I know you can hear me. Where you
I
get that
can
number
hear
from?
you through the other app, but I was trying to figure out where I found it from.
Where'd you get that number from?
It was, I think, us.gov. But that's everybody in the UN and everybody. That's like the total amount sent to you
Stop.
at the moment.
We're talking
from
about the
UN and
United States
everything.
of America. We're talking about the US. All right.
We spend more than anybody, so pretty much 80% of that probably.
We don't necessarily spend more than everybody else. Do you know what UN funding is actually based off of?
America, yeah.
Oh my god.
What do you think it's actually based off of? We are the primary source.
Eric, how old are you?
I'm 38, and
You're
we
38.
are the
I'm
primary
almost
source.
60. I'm almost 60. And
you don't look almost 60.
I know, right? It's crazy, right? That's what happens when you drink your water and mind your business.
You ain't minding your business or drink the water.
I was just drinking water right now. You might be right on the business part, but I was just drinking water. That brown cup, that was water. Eric, no. All right. UN funding is actually based off of the country's GDP. And the countries, the majority of the countries have made an agreement to contribute 2% of their country's GDP to defense spending for the UN. So I have a question for you.
Defense spending, that's not contributing to anybody.
Let me
That's their own defense.
finish asking my question, please.
Mm-hmm.
Which country in the world has the largest GDP?
Us.
Us would be who?
United States.
The United States. All right. So that would mean, just based off of simple math, that the US has the largest GDP and we have agreed to contribute 2% of it. All right. Wouldn't that mean that we would be given the most because we have the largest GDP?
Yeah, but most
okay then. So Eric, your argument is moot. Your argument is moot, babes.
No.
It is though. But it is. Think about it.
If we pay our 2%, nobody pays their 2%.
That's not true. Germany pays their 2%. Other countries pay their 2%.
That's probably the only country, literally, is Germany that pays their 2%. But other
your
than
argument is moot, dear. It's really moot. It just is. All right. Let's see. What else do we have here? Give me 2 seconds. Jeez, all these. I can't focus. I think I might have put my glasses on. That's what I'm about to do.
Bring up another Trump supporter.
That's what I'm trying to do. Don't stop telling me how to run my show, sir. I know how to do this.
You got me all soloed out and stuff.
You need some help? You need a friend? You want to phone a friend?
Well, you got 508 friends, bro.
I got 5. You think all of these people are my friends? They probably are, though. Hi, friends. Hi, loves. How I've missed you all. I miss y'all so damn much.
No, they all are your friends. I have no contributing factor to this. I'm fucking lost.
At least you admit it.
I try to give you numbers, but I'm not allowed to leave the app. So if I leave the app, call me back, but I can't look stuff up. But you can look stuff up.
Hey, Nikki, did you vote for Trump?
I didn't mean to get up here. I don't know how that happened.
It's okay, babe. Thank you so much for tapping. I appreciate you. All right, awesome. Okay, let's see here. She said she ain't come here to help you. She did not come here to help you.
No, she was like, I clicked the wrong button. I'm gone. Oh my God.
She didn't come here to help you. I know that much.
Well, somebody will.
I doubt it.
Math ain't math.
Sin?
Hey, send Ninja up here. Math ain't mathing.
I don't know. I think your thing is just adding people.
Oh, let's not do that. All right. Well, Sin, thank you so much for tapping. Usually if you're tapping, it'll add you. Yeah,
I'm literally holding the phone. I didn't do anything. This is the first time
this
I've
is
been
a
with
pocket.
You. I find it interesting.
Oh,
no, ma'am,
awesome.
I'm holding it in my hand.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good night.
All right. Good night. Awesome. Those little heart things are fun. All right. Let's see here. Someone, anyone, help Eric out. Who wants to help Eric?
I even messaged you.
Eric is like, help me, please. Help me, please. All right, if you get that reference, then we can be friends. Help me, please. All right. Hi, Mr. Thomas. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
No.
You didn't? Okay, love. I'm just looking for Trump supporters right now, but thank you so much for being here. All right, let's see here. Ba-dum-bum. Help him with what? I don't know. He's just like, help me. Help me. That's what he's like. Go ahead, say that, Eric. Say, help me. Help me.
Help me.
See, guys, already. Like, drop that collector sticker if you got it. All the damn time.
Jesus.
Okay.
It's 500 people against me. Come on now.
That's crazy. Crazy work, right? This person said that they'll help you.
Come on now.
I think I got a lash in my eye. We're gonna have to fix that. Hi, Ed. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. You voted for Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Awesome. You want to tell us how you've not been duped? Because I think you've been duped.
Why have I been duped?
I'm going to tell you just like I told Eric, because your grocery prices are still high, so is your gas, and also your rent and mortgage are still high, along with your pay. Your pay's not higher, so you've been duped, and also the economy is crashing.
All right. So, I mean, which one do you want me to address? I mean,
It's up to you. You can address whichever one you want to.
I mean, I like the job numbers that just came out last week.
The job numbers that just came out last week.
Yeah.
What were they for the month of? They kind of came out last week if they were for the month of April.
Of April. Sunday last week. I'm saying
Today's
it's Sunday.
May 4th. Today is
Yeah,
Sunday.
I know. I'm saying it's Sunday, so it's a new week. So I'm saying last week is when their earnings. April numbers are up. Dow, when President Trump took it, I think the Dow was at 43. It's at 41 right now. It's rallying back. Pretty happy. I think overall the tariffs are a good thing. I think the regulations are a good thing.
So they added 177,000 jobs. Do you know how many jobs were lost in the month of April?
Lost in the month of April?
Mm-hmm.
Not sure how many were lost in the month of April. I mean, if you're considering there's also been a slash of governmental jobs, which quite frankly, I don't care about.
So that doesn't contribute to what? Why don't you care about government jobs being lost? Aren't those still people without a job who are going to be collecting unemployment?
I mean, so if I take a look at the Biden administration.
Wait, time out. Let's establish something. Are you eating?
No, just chewing
Okay.
up.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. Don't do that. I'm asking nicely because it'll irritate the nonsense out of me. But go ahead.
Yeah, so if I take a look at the Biden administration for the last 4 years, per the Labor Bureau statistics, the biggest sector of growth was government. I don't think that's what should be the largest sector of growth in terms of the jobs created. So,
why do you think that it shouldn't?
Because I mean, I would probably say that I'm more impressed when private companies increase their employment because they're being funded by the consumer willingly, whereas the governmental job is just saying, hey, we're either going to tax the consumer or print a bunch of more money out to be able to pay. It's essentially just redistribution.
But doesn't that say something about Trump's tax cuts, though, that he gave tax cuts to corporations and they still didn't increase their hiring? So doesn't it say something about his tax cuts not necessarily trickling down, to the middle class and the working class because it didn't increase, their job numbers?
Well, so if you take a look at are you referring?
You keep saying take a look, but where am I supposed to be taking a look?
Yeah, I can cite you the IRS data. So
okay, what's the name of the chart?
I don't know the name of the chart. I can take a look. For you, but I'm going.
You can take a look.
Yeah,
because you keep referring to it. I want to know what you're looking at.
All right. Well, broad stroke, IRS data looking at 2017. Before the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, you know how much the 1% contributed to the federal budget?
No, but if you tell me a number, you're gonna have to source it.
Sure. I can give you I can pull up the IRS data I can look up the IRS website. But before I say that, they contributed 45% of the federal budget after the tax.
But you're talking about the 1%. We're talking about jobs with corporations. So we're talking about corporations, so businesses, large businesses getting a tax cut from the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, bringing down the corporate tax rate down to 21%. So that's what we're talking about. And what you said is that the biggest sector that had growth was the government. And what I'm saying
last 4 years,
is that why isn't it? Well, whose tax plan are we under? Whose tax plan have we been under since 2018? Actually 2017, but go ahead.
I'm saying the last 4 years.
No. That's not the point. No. Do you hear? I'm being very honest with you. I'm trying to be very, very sincere here. Do you hear what it is that you're saying? All right. This is one of the ways that you all have been duped. You've been duped into thinking that tax cuts for corporations actually helps us, the average American citizen, when it doesn't.
I didn't bring up the tax cuts.
I know you didn't. You didn't bring up, but there's a correlation there because you said that the sector that had the biggest area of growth in regards to employment is the government, as if that's a bad thing. And I'm thinking, well, if Trump gave the corporations this huge tax cut, which he wants to do again, shouldn't we have seen a massive growth in basically employment for businesses? Like, because there shouldn't be a reason why we have, let's say 8 million jobs, 8 million open jobs and 7 million unemployed people in this country. So that's why I'm like, just make it make sense. Is he on teacup? Because I can't see. Ooh, did my phone die? It does that sometimes. Oh, my phone is updating. I don't see nothing. Okay, guys. While he is teacupping, I'm not going to play the whole music. I'm going to do a mod announcement. All right. It is 530 people in here. Let's tap the screen. Let's share the live within reason. Also, I'm going to go ahead and reset the gift goal. I think this time we're going to do caps. All right, we're going to go with the caps. All right, and so while I get the caps set up, let's go ahead and do all of the good things. And that means taking a look at my pay links. All right, that means taking a look at the pay links. We have $150 towards our daily donation goal. Again, y'all, I'm giving the MAGAs the fuel. I am an unemployed mother of an awesome 11-year-old. All right. I told y'all be transparent about where this money goes. This money does help support us, as I am, attempting to try to do this whole, social media thing, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff full time. All right. Amongst other things. Also, as I mentioned earlier, once we start getting into our drives and helping out charities, full transparency is the key here. I want to let y'all know where your money is going because we don't want no problems. All right. We don't want no problems. Ugh. Okay. So with that being said, pay links are in the bio. Everything is appreciated. I have PayPal, Venmo, New York City. All right. And also Zelle, everything with Erica9@gmail.com. I appreciate your love, your support, your encouragement, and most definitely your engagement. Thank you for all that you do because y'all really do help me out. And I appreciate y'all. All right. So show your girl some love. All right. And I still ain't got those caps set up because I don't multitask well. Okay. So let me look for the caps. Do y'all like my whole music? Okay, there we go. Okay, confirm. Thank you all so much. Did he leave? He left? God damn it, not the skedaddle. How did he skedaddle? Come on, Cap. I love saying that, Cap. Eric, you're still hanging out? Look at you. You're doing a great job, Eric. So well behaved.
Sorry, I was muted trying to look.
You're doing a great job. You didn't interrupt one time. Was it because a man was talking? Okay. All right.
No,
That person didn't mean to request
ma'am. I heard you doing your thing, and you already got on to me twice.
Mm-hmm. Sure did. All right, Cap. All right. Let's see. That person left. Who is this person? Ooh, I look pretty. I like the flower gown. I'm like, ooh, I look pretty. I look like a little princess. Okay. Hi, Ty. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Cough? I can't hear you. Do you have to cough?
What do you mean?
Okay. I thought you just had something in your throat. I wanted to make sure I gave you a moment to clear it.
No, I'm good.
You good?
Yes,
okay.
I did vote for Trump.
Okay. All right. Cool.
There wasn't No, the first reason is because there
I
was
didn't ask you the
nobody else
reason.
to choose from.
There was
Okay.
no one else to choose from.
Correct.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure there was someone else that was a heck of a lot better to choose from than Trump.
Who was that?
Want me to say
Not
her
on the
name?
Democrat
I'll say her
side.
name.
You can
Kamala
say her name.
Devi Harris.
She wasn't better than Trump.
Definitely better than Trump, love. How wasn't she better than Trump? We was
She
kings.
sucked dick to make.
Because number
Excuse
one-
you? Oh, you just want to be disgusting. That's all. That's it. Goodbye.
No,
You just want to be disgusting. Nobody have time for that nonsense.
that was me that said that.
Who said that?
I said
You?
that.
You said that? Then you can go too. The fuck wrong with you? Get the fuck out of here. All right, Ty, you can request back up. Oh, look at the cat. It's on my head. You can request back up, Ty. My apologies. That's what happens when y'all talk over each other. Stop doing that. Eric, you can go away. Okay, there's Ty. Okay, my apologies, Ty.
It's-
You were over
it's all
talking each
good.
other.
It's all good.
Okay, so
But I
please,
wouldn't disrespect you. Believe
Yeah.
that.
so please tell the class why Trump was better than Kamala. We got to make it make sense.
Well, if we look at the Kamala as a vice president, she did nothing for nobody. She didn't even handle the task that Biden assigned her. So
Okay,
that's
you want to address this one at a time? How do you want to go about this?
it's up to you. But I don't believe that she was a good candidate. She didn't even have. I knew when she lost. She started out good on her campaign with the Hope campaign and keeping it positive, but then she turned to the Hillary tactic. Somebody told her to start attacking Trump, and I knew that's when she lost the election.
So was she supposed to just stay quiet when Donald Trump was attacking her at every turn, questioning
No.
her race and ethnicity, also questioning her experience? That doesn't make any sense, Ty. But anywho,
She could have.
anywho,
All right.
here's the deal. Here's the deal. Kamala Harris was definitely the most qualified. Kamala Harris had the most record breaking the record breaking ties in the in vice presidential history. She broke 33 ties in the Senate. So she did that.
All them policies ended up costing us.
That's not true.
Yes,
What about
it
the
did.
Inflation Reduction Act?
It caused inflation.
The
It was
Inflation
God.
Reduction Act caused inflation?
Yes, it did. They
How?
just named it. They named it that so that we could be bamboozled, but it caused inflation. The regulations on different equipment that you use in your homes, like your heaters. They went to a different. They said, "Oh, you can't have gas heaters or this and that." So they had a lot of
That never went
regulations
into
in
place,
that
though,
policy.
sir. That
They-
never went into place. No, it didn't.
It caused construction, the
Sir.
building of houses to go up.
It did not go into place. Like, I don't think you actually know what it is that you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. So the Inflation Reduction Act went into law in summer of 2022, right?
I'm listening.
Oh, I was just asking you. So it went into law in summer of 2022. Okay, so let's take a look at our inflation rates. All right. So what we have in July, because June of 2022 is when we hit record inflation, which was 9.1%. All right. The Inflation Reduction Act went into place, I believe, in August of 2022. And what we will see is that inflation was at 8.3%. And by the time Biden left office, by the time he left, and we're actually going to use December because your boy Trump unfortunately played a part in that one. But our inflation went from 8.3%, all right, down to in December to 2.9%, with the average in 2024 of 2.9% inflation. So tell us again how Biden didn't
And
help
where are you
bring
getting
down the
where are you
inflation
getting
rate.
your numbers from?
I mean,
Where
that's
are
a
you?
great question. I'm very happy to tell you. This is from the U.S. inflation calculator. It tracks the inflation rate and it tracks it from the year 2000 to current. April's numbers are going to be available May 13th because they're typically available about 2 weeks into the next month.
All right.
So, yeah. So, Biden, we had record breaking inflation, and then Biden took us on a road to a massive recovery where we had the lowest inflation rate of any G20 nation. So, I mean, there's that. I mean,
But
so
that's deceptive because
how is it deceptive?
it already went up so much. So coming down from where it went up to, it's deceptive number.
Blame that on corporate greed. I know you heard the conversation with the
of
Kroger
course, of
CEO.
course. We know
Okay.
corporations
I
are
mean,
greedy.
exactly. So I
We know
don't.
that.
The reason why I don't like that argument is because like a small bag of chips used to cost me like 25 cents in 1995. All right, that same bag of chips now costs me $1.50. All right,
And
so that's corporate greed.
We know.
Okay,
I'm
so
all
that
aware of
argument
corporations.
that you
You're right.
that argument
But-
doesn't make any sense. That's another moot argument. I'm gonna make a sticker that says moot. 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 I am. Watch. I'm gonna make a sticker that says moot. Because what? Okay, so Ty. All right.
Yes.
And again, Kamala Harris was the one who did the record-breaking tie tie-breaking vote on that one. That was Kamala Harris. Okay, she did that. So that's how we were able to get the Inflation Reduction Act. All right. So there's that. Yes, these are pajamas. Yes, I am comfortable. Judge me later. Okay. So yeah. Go ahead, Ty. What else?
What else?
Mhm.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. Well, the prices didn't go down. Inflation wasn't on a rise as fast as it was still 2.9, but over the 8 that it already caused. So those numbers are deceptive.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Those numbers are deceptive.
Those aren't deceptive. You haven't actually proven how any of it could actually be deceptive. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like it doesn't. Hey, RC.
It already went up 8%. So
RC, did you come here to talk to Ty about the economy?
You know, I reflexively request when I hear stuff about the economy. I can't help it.
I know. I get it. I get it.
Ty, do you think that Trump would have handled worldwide inflation better?
I think he is handling it better.
Well, it's already below like the 3%
before-
that he inherited. It was already below that when he took over. So Biden had done the work, right? I'm talking about if he had been president in 2021, inflation was at 5% by April. He had actually pumped like $4 trillion into the economy the year before. It was starting to have an effect. Anything Biden did couldn't have put it 5% by April. He hadn't had an effect yet.
Well, a lot of things did contribute to the high inflation, because it was the COVID.
Yeah, it's mostly supply and demand issues. 2019, right?
No, supply chain and those issues.
And Trump didn't make those issues better. He didn't handle that situation better at the time that he was in control. But what I'm saying is, if you blame Biden, I need to know why. And I need to know how Trump would have done better. Because you look at the situation, Republicans took the House, right? Hold on, just remember for a second, Ty. In 2023, we were still in the middle. That was basically the peak of it when Republicans took control of the House. They didn't come in and say, here's a bill Biden should sign to lower inflation for all of us, right?
No, we had to do nothing Congress for some time now.
It's the Republicans when they control it, though.
It's not only the Republicans. You can't blame it.
Democrats were quite productive in those 2 years. When Democrats controlled things and took over a disaster from Trump, we got infrastructure Trump never did.
It didn't get a disaster from Trump. He got.
I'm sorry. The economy was doing very badly around the world. Like I said, it was worldwide. But the economy,
We know
economy
'cause of
wasn't doing
COVID,
well here.
Supply chain and all of that. So
But Ty, that's
COVID
my
had a
point.
big part to
Biden
do
had
with-
to deal with that situation. And I don't see, based on Trump's track record, that he would have handled that any better. Biden, in that situation, actually produced lower unemployment and higher GDP than Trump did.
That's not true. Because how
It's
could that be
objectively true. The numbers
true?
are there.
Objectively true. Okay.
Yes.
But
Hold on.
more people
Ty,
lost
wait a second.
jobs
Ty,
during.
wait a
Thank you,
second. I gotta
Haley, for the
stop.
$5.
When you look at the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which is what Trump did, he used the same place when he talked about 3.5%. Everybody was celebrating. All he did was cut it from 4 to 3.5. Biden cut it from nearly 7 down to 3.4. So he did better.
That's deceptive.
RC. All right. Where's our GDP currently? Did we contract? Or
We
did it
are now
expand?
in the first half of what will be a recession, because the next quarter will be a negative, and then that's a recession.
Oh,
Wasn't they calling for a recession, but they changed the parameters of recession?
No, they don't
Biden
change
was
these
in office.
parameters.
that doesn't change. That stays the same.
They said two
They
quarters.
projected a positive 2.5, but because of Trump's tariffs and the way he's just mismanaged things, it's now a negative 0.3.
Exactly.
Well, I believe this. At some point, see, if you think about it, Trump is a Democrat
Thank you, Gary.
as a
Glory.
Republican.
Thank you,
So
Glory.
everything that Obama said need to be done, what Nancy Pelosi said need to be done,
New
he's
York
doing
City.
it.
No.
You
No,
need
no, no,
to.
no, no.
We need
Obama never called
industries.
immigrants animals. Obama never said they were poisoning the blood.
Yeah.
He focused on people with criminal records. Trump is a criminal. Trump sent somebody who had no criminal record, no
Exactly.
charges,
Many
to a
people.
prison. He didn't just deport him. He sent the man to a prison, paying with our tax dollar money. And then he lies about the guy. Apparently doesn't know how to tell what's photoshopped.
And
He's
who?
out of
That
his
part.
mind.
That's actually a good question from the chat. Why do you keep blaming everyone else except for the person that's actually responsible for the current state of the United States of America, which is Donald Trump?
The current state is this. Donald Trump only been in office for 100 days.
And he has caused a lot of harm.
We have to get supply chains back in the U.S. You can't depend on
How long is that supposed to take?
adversaries. You can't depend on adversaries to provide you with things you need, medical or military equipment. You can't depend on people you call your enemy to give you things. Just like they saying with the babies and the Down syndrome. What if that's all caused by that
Don't
formula?
say something stupid.
No,
please.
that formula that we get from
Absolutely not.
overseas.
I'm sorry, what? You said formula?
Yeah, that baby formula.
Down syndrome is a congenital disease, sir. That happens
But I'm
in utero.
saying-
It has nothing to do with formula. What is wrong with you? Right?
You
What?
don't see the rise in children that's getting, I mean,
Truth is, I'm tired and options are few, guys. Sir, you know not what you speak of. I really do want you to read a book. Like, friend, maybe you should read a book. You really, really should just read a book. That was absolutely disgusting. Y'all have been duped, all right, to show the worst of yourselves. And it's disgusting. It's just disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I want to remind the subs that you do have the option to drop an op, all right, because that is disgusting. I do not like it. Actually, I'm just going to call it audible. Ty, I want you to do better, all right? I want you to rethink your argument. Again, I just want you to do better. And I know that he didn't mean autism. I mean, he didn't mean Down syndrome. He meant autism and he confused the two. I don't even care to correct him on that. I don't care to correct him on that. But he knows not what he's talking about. And y'all do know what that Bubba lives with autism and ADHD. I do not. I'm showing restraint. I'm just showing restraint. RC. RC.
Yes,
When's
yes.
the last time you think he read a book?
And Cat in the Hat, maybe? I don't know.
Sam, I am like green eggs and ham. Jeez Louise. I tell you, it's a mess. Do you want to hang out, RC?
Yeah, I got a little bit if you don't mind. Sure.
Okay. All right, bet. How's the wife?
Good. I'll be picking her up in like half an hour.
Oh, awesome. All right. I do want to say shout out to Phil for the $1. Let me see. What did Phil say? Phil said Biden and Harris actually had a bill to bring back future tech manufacturing in the CHIPS and Science Act. Trump wants to bring back sweatshop jobs. That is very, very true. That is very true. And the CHIPS and Science Act actually is proven to be beneficial. We've actually had 2 plants built here in the great state of Arizona, employing well over 20,000 people. So I think that is the proof in the pudding that Biden passed policy that was effective and efficient.
Mhm.
All right. So let's see here.
By the way, I haven't had a chance to talk to you in a while. How are you doing?
I'm living. I'm maintaining. Yeah. All right. Let's see if this person loads. Cap. Oh my God. Thank you guys for clearing out the caps. Thank you. Drop some hearts in the comments for yourself. Thank you guys. All right. Oh, I forgot one more. I haven't. All right. Let's see here. What does it say? Shout out to Pamela for the $50. Pamela said, I didn't see this, Pamela. Pamela said, is this enough to dump this guy? His misinformation is giving me a headache. I love your energy. Oh, thank you so much. And Allie, thank you for the bouquet. Yes, please, guys. I love flowers. I do. I love flowers. I really, really do. Thank you so much, Pamela. Drop some hearts in the chat for Pamela and Phil, y'all. Double P. All right. Wait, I got to remember not to say that. Drop some hearts in the chat. All right, that person's not loading, so I'm going to go ahead and get them up out of there. All right, let's see here. All right, guys, let's keep tapping the screen. Let's get this up to 125,000 likes. All right, I know you're enjoying the edutainment, the conversations that are being had here, but we got to stay active. We got to stay active. Like Mr. Boone would say, y'all, we got to stay active, all right? All right, let's see here. Hi, sir, it is? I can't see your name. I can't see with my glasses on. Sir, do you know that you're here?
You talking to me?
I'm talking to you, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I was clicking the screen.
Oh, okay, love. Well, thank you so much
Love
for
you.
tapping. Have a great night.
You too.
Awesome. Okay, let's see here. RC, I think we might be in for a headache.
Hey, no, I'm gonna be relaxed, Erica. You're the right person to ask for this one. So, about the El Salvador situation, the Democratic Party is ecstatic and saying that we should bring him back for sure. But the Democratic Party is also the party of feminism and women empowerment, and that guy has a case where apparently he beat his it's factual, he beat his wife. And so combining those 2 factors, where do you stand on that? Because the Democratic Party, is for feminism and women empowerment, but they also want this woman beater back in the country.
You've got to stop.
Was he convicted of it?
Right. So are you familiar with the court cases?
I'm familiar that there wasn't a court case in which he was charged and convicted.
Exactly. He wasn't.
Now, the wife wants him back with the children, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you care about people abusing women, you voted for one that was found in court to have done that. And his own words.
Oh, wow.
Well, his own words confirmed it. That was part of the
do
deposition that hurt him in that case.
No, you don't necessarily need to flip the script on me. We can stick, stick to the.
I don't necessarily do. I'm gonna flip the script on you.
Exactly, because Rich, you're the same person that voted for a guy whose first wife accused him of a violent assault. By the way, trigger warning, guys. We're talking about a lot here. If you about DV and sexual violence, if you aren't able to take it, I understand. If you have to leave, it's perfectly okay. But that's the conversation at hand right now, and I don't want anyone to be, no harm. I don't want any lateral violence here. So, Rich.
Absolutely, and there's other. We could change the topic if it's too heavy because I do have
Well, how
family
about
members who have
adultery? How about
experienced
just
that.
down to
So
adultery?
Exactly. Just
Trump
down to
bragged about
adultery.
adultery too, and he was his third wife. He was bragging about hitting on a married woman while she was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have definitely disqualified Obama. Do you think? I take
think
that as a
Trump.
yes.
Well, I think Trump's just a smooth talker that just does whatever he wants.
He
You know
gets
what I mean?
away with things others won't because of partly white tea privilege. That Obama would have never gotten away with this stuff because he doesn't have white tea privilege.
Yeah, you could make that argument. I'm not going to go against that.
It's smart for you not to.
I don't really, to be honest, I don't really have any critiques of Obama. Mine are mainly for Biden, really. So I'm not going to talk bad about Obama. I can't.
Well,
say
Biden
bad.
did economic numbers even than Obama.
Well, we were in a different economically. We were in a different state, as far as like unemployment and inflation and whatnot.
Well, yeah, but the inflation was worldwide. And I asked somebody earlier, do you know if Trump had a way to prevent that? Because he certainly didn't share it.
I think, yeah, I don't know. That was in the past.
To me, I feel like
it was in the past.
What we did was we gave the elder statesman who knew what he was doing, who had experience dealing with government, being in charge in the executive branch, because he was under Obama. So he'd been there before to handle the crisis that a Republican had handed him the first time. So Biden, you could say, handed Trump a good economy twice after being handed a disaster from a Republican.
I do want to give him credit. We're all aware that Obama has a lot of blood on his hands from the war, and Biden isn't.
Let's just go over the details real quick, because Obama didn't start any new war. And you're pivoting, but Obama and Biden, they didn't start new war, and Trump wouldn't have prevented the one in Ukraine that he called Putin a genius for starting. But Trump himself, in his first year, used more drone strikes and unalived more civilians in 1 year than Obama had done in 8 years. And I trust Obama's judgment more than I trust Trump's. And then Trump removed oversight, stopped reporting civilian unalivings, and we don't even know what happened after that.
I'm not. Is that factually correct? I just
It
maybe
is.
I just haven't
It's
read
very
that.
factually
Okay.
correct. Let me do something real quick, RC. Hold on one moment, Rich. Hey, guys, pinned at the bottom is our subscription goal. All right. We want to get back up to actually 400, but we're going to get to 360. All right. I got a goal. We're going to reach it. I promise. All right. I want to let you know that as a love right now, you get access. Oh, let's play the song. We haven't played the song in so long. As a love, you get access to the monthly drop. So if you're not feeling the op, you can drop. Also, right now, the greatest privilege is the privilege to being a co-host for 30 minutes up here on this panel. All right. Our Discord will be back up and running by this upcoming Friday with the new amazing mission of community. All right. Giving back, charity, doing all of the good things in our local communities and how we can go about helping each other. I'll go over that more at the end of the show. But if you want to be a love, go ahead and click that star next to the chat bar and let's do all of the good things together, guys. All right. So, Rich, you're saying words.
I just think that Trump talks the talk and he walks the walk. He does what he's going to say. So that's why I don't feel like I've been duped. I feel like he's a bit more honest. If he says he's going to do something, he does it.
What did he do in his first term? Because it wasn't him that delivered infrastructure. It was Biden.
Thank you so much for sending out the 5 subs. I missed who did it, but thank you so much. You get the song and you all get access to our amazing stickers too. I added some more today. Yay!
Just to be clear, though, you do realize that Biden was also a liar. He said he was not going to pardon his daughter.
Hold on. Let's just stop.
His...
Let's just stop with the false equivalency and pivots. Every time you get cornered on Trump, you bring up somebody else. Now, Trump was the one who lied about a pandemic and an election and cost people their lives on both occasions.
Over 1 million.
Well, it's just a bit hypocritical. That's why I brought that
up.
You're
going to bring it up and not care about his lies. His lies were consequential. Whatever you're talking about with Biden, it's just you being nitpicky often.
Oh, that's pretty.
When I look at the situation, I got to call a spade a spade. Like if we're gonna criticize Trump, I'm gonna bring Biden down with him. We're not going down by ourselves.
You don't criticize Trump, or he wouldn't have been in office. You actually voted for a guy who asked for immunity from his accountability.
Well, I may have small disagreements with Trump, but with Biden, it's big disagreements with Biden. So I
Okay.
may have.
Do you support the Constitution?
Yeah, of course.
Well, then you shouldn't
Absolutely.
support Trump, because Trump today said he doesn't know if he needs to honor the Constitution.
I was gonna say that, RC. Dang.
Where that?
Well, this is coming off of the fact that he said the rules and regulations should be terminated. So I think that's also relevant.
That is relevant. You're right. And at this point, though, that's a fresh story. So I have no comment on that because that did just come out. So I haven't researched.
He tried to overturn
He
an
literally
election
said
and
it in an interview.
rules and regulations. I like, where are you on the things that already should have disqualified him? Are you kidding?
Right. Right. Well, as of now, and like I said, that story did just come out. So at this
January
point,
6th didn't just come out.
No, January 6th was 4 years
never
ago.
mind. Yeah, sorry. I was speaking about the
December of
Constitution you brought up.
2022, when he said that the Constitution should be overturned. We should get rid of the Constitution. That didn't just come out.
I could see how people can misinterpret and twist his words, but
You can't misinterpret what happened after on TV. I was in the middle of a meeting and I said, "Hey, his people are storming the Capitol." Whole meeting stopped. Everybody went, "Okay, we're gonna go watch TV now." Like, it was surreal. His people beat police officers and he watched it for hours, and then he made it worse by tweeting about Pence, who was supposed to overturn the Constitution for him and didn't.
Exactly. They put up gallows for the vice president of the United States of America.
And the Secret Service that was serving Pence called family to say, "We don't think we're gonna make it."
My gosh.
Can you imagine those brave people that actually protect them thought they weren't gonna make it?
Well, yeah, I know, I understand, and I'm
They were high because a pathological lying egomaniac told them a lie, made them think they had to save the country, couldn't do it with weakness, and they wouldn't have a country anymore if they didn't do what he told them.
Emotions were high, things may have gotten out of control.
Yeah, emotions were high. Yeah, Ashley Babbitt's emotions were high until she was put down. And she was put down because he lied to her. She's not here because of him. And you guys act like that's not a thing.
You're familiar with that. There are a lot of Democratic protests that have been going on the last few days, right? There's a lot of Democrats
pivoting to something that was worthy protests. Protesting systemic racism is always worthy. Rioting for an egomaniac who's whining about an election is not.
Not worthy at all.
I think what the Democrats are doing right now are along the same lines, just not to the
How
extent,
so? How?
Ice skating uphill.
Yes.
No. Well, you got to look. There's a lot of
Rich, tell us now.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a lot of protests going on. Emotions are high. I see the looks in their face. They're screaming and hollering. Their faces are red. It's pretty close to January 6th. It's literally happening right now.
Not at all.
We let him take power when he should be in prison.
Exactly. Our Supreme Court actually failed us by granting him immunity.
Hell, Merrick Garland failed by taking too long to appoint Jack Smith.
That part.
That's an equal opportunity criticism, right?
He's been held accountable though. He's had his day in court. Just like he's been held accountable.
Rich, people exercising their First Amendment right peacefully has nothing on hundreds of people storming the U.S. Capitol, breaking down doors, smashing windows, smearing feces on the wall, damaging property. Has nothing on that. A person died that day and more died the days after, including Capitol police officers. All right. It has absolutely there's no equivalency here. You can't equate the two. No, Rich, you just can't equate the two.
No, I understand where you're coming from. I understand why you may feel that way, but there are riots. People are screaming and hollering.
There have been no riots. What riots, Rich?
Be more specific. There have been protests with very loud protests. They're yelling and hollering, acting, crazy. But I'm not going to say that it's to the same extent.
People chanting a saying has been yelling and getting crazy. Is that what you're trying to say? Because Rich, you're lying.
You can see the look on their face. They're turning red. Their tone. They're screaming at the top of their lungs. I've seen the videos.
What property did they damage? Who has died?
I'm not going to necessarily make that claim. I can't back up that claim, but
exactly, because there's no equivalency here. You're just saying things because you want it to be true. So then for you, it can justify you voting for Donald Trump and your defense of Donald Trump. But unfortunately for you, Rich, it's not the same thing. and is indefensible. You cannot defend the indefensible, sir.
Okay. If you guys felt like you were wrong, like the Republicans did, you guys would act the same way. I just think that it's the same thing, but it's not to the same extent. I'll say that.
You said we thought that we were wronged? Listen, there was no wrong that was actually committed. Donald Trump lost the 2020 election fair and square. Over 60 court cases prove so, because they were either rejected or found to not have any evidence supporting the fact that the election was stolen. All right. So therefore, when there came time to actually certify the election on January 6th of 2021, all right, we just wanted a peaceful transfer of power. Donald Trump did not. Donald Trump incited an insurrection. All right. Now, let's look at January 6th of 2025. What did Joe Biden do? What did Kamala Harris do? What did people who voted for Kamala Harris do?
I think they did the right thing, in that situation, they did the right thing. They did.
Who did the right thing, Rich?
Like you said, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. I feel like they did the right thing in that situation.
And so if they did the right thing, then that would mean that January 6th of 2021, those people, Donald Trump, the people that he incited, that he encouraged to move towards the Capitol, did the wrong thing.
Well, just to be clear, the situations are completely different.
No. They're not completely different, babes. They're the same thing.
These people had been.
It's a certification of the votes.
I know, I understand that part. What I'm saying is that they were locked inside their house, from the pandemic, so emotions were high. They had a lot of built up tension. They had a lot of anger. We were trapped. You got to remember,
it's not a justification to overturn my vote.
Exactly.
I understand where
I was
understand why you may
frustrated
feel
on the lives. They didn't matter.
Yeah, and I understand why you may feel that way. I'm just putting it in perspective how
keep
things work.
Actually dismissing our valid points and feelings and just going, I understand why you might feel that way, but you don't really. I don't think you have any understanding at all. I don't really think you're even trying to understand.
No, I understand the perspective because I have a good memory. I remember
it's not a perspective. It's a fact. When we're talking about something that happened, it's not about opinion anymore. It's about this thing happened. And when we can't agree on an objective reality anymore, that's why we're in the most trouble we're in. When you just say to me that I'm going to lie to you and gaslight you to your face and there's nothing you can do about it, we stop functioning as a society.
Well, like you said, it's the same reality, but it is different perspective. The perspective.
It's not the same. Basically, every Trump supporter you talk to, still for almost 5 years, did he lose? Did he lose? Did he lose fairly, like his attorney general and cybersecurity chief told him? And they still won't do it because if you admit it, you're going to basically be outed of MAGA. You can't say, "Dear leader, lost."
That's why it's best to not have a comment on that topic because it's
sycophantic. That's how Adolf kept power because people kept either being afraid to speak up, or they were capitulating, or they were complicit.
Trust me, take it from a person. You always want to speak up. Take it from me. You always want to speak up.
Hey, absolutely, but the United States is different than Germany, so that would never happen.
Are we? I'm watching 1930s Germany right now. I'm watching the same kind of adulation for a fake populist. It's the same thing. We're watching history repeat itself.
Exactly.
With the same kinds of flags being flown. We actually exported that from America to Germany. Did you know that?
We're the blueprint.
No, I did know that. I did know that. What I'm saying though is that we have two parties that will always disagree. So there's not going to be just one unison. Like
it's not about just okay. Who were the bad guys in the Civil War? Was there a bad guy?
I guess it depends on your perspective. No,
the Confederacy. The Confederacy wasn't the bad guy.
Yeah, you could. I think they were.
Okay, so we agree on that. Great. That's why I'm concerned that the Confederate flag was flying for Trump on January 6th. I feel like there's a connection.
I need to look. Me personally, I'm not going to comment on that at this point. I'm not going to comment on that.
That's
I understand where you're
you
coming
are a
from.
slippery one, Rich. I got to give you that much. I got to get going. Thank you, Erica.
Of course, RC. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, draw some hearts in the chat for RC. Whoa,
Rich. I understand why
Go ahead, Rich.
Yeah. Basically, though, it's just to be clear, I understand where it's coming from, and I just hope people can understand where I'm coming from. There's other
No.
perspectives. To
Oh my God,
consider,
you said perspective again. No, there's not any perspective. That's the thing. When it comes, like RC was saying, when it comes to things that actually happen, there's no longer a perspective on it because what happened happened. And what we saw on January 6th is we saw people angry, all right, filled with rage, storm the United States Capitol. That's what we saw. We saw a woman, make a really bad decision and pay a deadly consequence for it. We saw that. We saw officers being assaulted. We saw that. We saw them banging on chamber doors. Like, I mean, there's no defending it.
Maybe I should make myself more clear. So
you don't
Erica,
have to, Rich. Hold on one moment. Hey, Kathy, you've been pretty patient. Did you vote for Trump? Hi, Kathy. Kathy, you've been patient because you don't know that you're here. Okay. All right. I am going to let you go, Kathy. Thank you so much for being here, love. Let me make sure I can get this to work. There we go. All right, guys. Okay, so I'm going to try to bring up another Trump supporter. If you voted for Donald Trump, go ahead and request up. Let's keep doing all of the good things while we're here. We have 600 people here in this live. All right, let's keep tapping the screen, sharing the live, doing all of the good things. All right, we have two things going on, guys. We have a flash goal right now. We have 11 minutes left on it. We're about a quarter of the way there. I think I did the math right. I really don't know if I did. A third of the way there. We're going to go with a third of the way there. All right, we need I can't do math. We need 25 more people to send a rose. So 25 people send one rose each. It's a penny and we'll hit our flash goal. Don't send a lot of them, just send one. So 25 different people send one rose. We'll hit our flash goal. Also, we're working on the garlands so I can say I feel wonderful. And if you want to be a part of the love community, our Discord is going to be back up and running this upcoming Friday. So I think on Friday, we might do some pickle time. We might get the pickle on Friday. You never know. Friday's always a good day for the pickle. All right. So with that being said, guys, you get access to a monthly drop. So you can drop an op if you're not feeling them. Also, right now, until our Discord is back up and running, you do have the option to come up on the panel and co-host with me for 30 minutes. You get to talk to these MAGAs and ask them all the fun questions. All the questions. All right. So guys, thank you so much for that love, that support, the encouragement, and the engagement. Oh, and I always forget, we have $94 left in our daily donation goal, just $94. I know we can go ahead and knock that out easy. Pay links are in the bio. I do have a Zelle, is everything with Erica9@gmail.com. Also, PayPal, Erica Shante 31, and Venmo, it is everything with Erica. I thank you so very much. I need to check to see who's in the request. Oh my God, is that a bear? Is that a bear? I'm choosing the bear. All right, there we go. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, let's see if that person loads. All right. Hi, Michael, it is? Hi, Michael. Michael, do you know that you're here? You don't know that you're here. All right, Michael, I'm letting you go. All right, let's see. Eric, you need not to be in the request because you're not coming back up. What you said was highly inappropriate and offensive. So we'll find something else to do tonight. Hi, Dar. Did you vote for Trump?
I did not. That was a mistake.
Oh, it's okay, love.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for tapping, love. You have a great night.
Yeah, have a good night.
You too. Thanks. Awesome. All right, let's see here. We're getting through them, Rich.
There's a lot of us. I don't know if you'll be able to handle all of us.
I don't like the way you said that, Rich. All right. Hi, user. Did you vote for Trump? Hi, user. Okay, user, I don't think you know that you're here, so I'm going to let you down. All right. Do, 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 do. I think that person already left. Yep. That person already left too. Okay, all right. So it's just Rich and I. Oh my God, guys, we're stuck with Rich. If you voted for Donald Trump, by all means, please request up. Request up. Please don't make me say MAGA, 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 or blagga, blagga, blagga. Well, yeah, I just said it.
Yes, we can agree though. And somebody in the
Can we
chat
agree
just
on?
they asked me to borrow $5. I'll send it if you message me. Yes, I will send it if it's an emergency. But yes, we can agree that if there's an event that happens and there are two people who witnessed it, they can have different retellings of the situation. We can agree on that, right? If there's a crime or something like that.
No.
Meet me halfway. At least meet me halfway. We can agree that if two people witness a situation, they can both have different retellings of the situation afterwards.
Not when it came to the events that occurred on January 6, 2021. No.
So we agree, but you're just saying it's not applicable. But we do agree though.
We don't
on
agree.
That point.
No, we don't.
Wow.
So here's the deal. Here's the thing. Obama, Bush, Clinton, Bush Sr., Ford. I'm going to leave Nixon out. All right. Kennedy. All right. Eisenhower. Truman. I'm going to leave FDR out because he passed away. All right. Hoover. Who was before him? Coolidge. Like, I can go way, 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 way back. Okay. When it comes to transitions of power and how they were all done without any type of violence. Why is Trump the outlier here? That doesn't make any sense. And I think that we are just basically we're going to keep going in circles on this one. So it's like, let's move on. Let's go to something else.
I understand why you feel that way. Absolutely. I understand. Absolutely.
Hey, Kyler, I don't think you want to be here and you keep teacupping, so I'm just going to let you down, love. If you want to be here, you can re-request up. It's cool. All right, awesome. So, yeah, like my girl just said, like Trump is the common denominator here.
We're at
He
a point,
just
right?
is.
We're at the point where it's only been 100 days or 105 days, something like that. So we just got to give it some time. So
Was Trump not the 45th president of the United States?
I see where you're going with that. Yes, I see where you're going with that.
He's not new to this. All right. And so for him to be the president and to say something like he doesn't know whether or not he has to abide by the Constitution, that's insane. That is insanity. That shows his incompetence for sure. That shows that you all have been duped because you fell for a con man, a man that you may even be smarter than.
At a point right now where that you realize that story did just come out, right? Literally like today.
Well, it doesn't matter if it just came out today. It was an interview and he said it, Rich.
Right, and I need to. I'm not going to comment on that because it just came out. I haven't, done my due diligence, my research, so I'm not going to comment on that.
Do you want me to read it to you, the transcript?
I'm not sure what's going. I mean, at this point, I'm not sure what was said. I don't know if I can, stand behind it or if I'm able to defend it. But I'm kind of being put on the spot right now, But you can do as you please, I'm not going to necessarily run. I'm not.
Let's read it. No, let's read it.
I'm not necessarily like a runner, but I just I'm not sure what
Do. Okay, let me make sure I get the right part.
Yeah, I mean, feel free if you want to. I'm not sure if it's necessary for you to do that, but go right ahead if you feel the need to. I'm not necessarily going to,
Okay. So this is what Trump lied about. All right. I swear, this guy is not a good person. He's really a bad person, guys. I want to read this to y'all. All right. Because he had the interview with Kristen Welker. So they were talking about due process and she mentions the Fifth Amendment. All right. And Trump says, I don't know. It seems it might say that, but if you're talking about that, then we'd have to have 1 million or 2 million or 3 million trials. We have thousands of people that are some murderers and some drug dealers and some of the worst people on earth. But is what Kristen Walker says. Then Trump says, some of the worst, most dangerous people on earth, and I was elected to get them the hell out of here, and the courts are holding me from doing it. Kristen Walker says, but even given those numbers that you're talking about, don't you need to uphold the Constitution of the United States as president? Trump says, I don't know. I have to respond by saying again, I have brilliant lawyers that work for me, and they are going to obviously follow what the Supreme Court said. What you said is not what I heard the Supreme Court said. They have a different interpretation. No, they don't. Because he just lied. He duping you again. You know how he's duping you again? It's because the Supreme Court literally said they had to facilitate the return of Kilmar Abrego Garcia back to the United States of America. Trump's administration and Trump himself said no. That's El Salvador's responsibility. Is that facilitating his return? Is that listening to the Supreme Court? Yes or no?
I mean, it's not a yes or no.
Rich, I don't want any smooth talk from you. I want you to answer yes or no.
It's funny because it's not a yes or no. It's not a necessary.
Oh God, Rich, not that nonsense. Rich, stop.
Okay.
We're not doing that.
I'll bring it back down. So I'm being put on the spot right now. This is you can bring somebody else up right now, or if you know how you had two people.
No, Rich, we're having a conversation.
I'm being put on the spot. If there's another MAGA, they can go ahead and come up if they want to.
You still haven't answered the question, though, Rich. That's the problem. You haven't answered the question. We have a president. We have a president who doesn't know the Constitution, who is leaning on people. All right. But yet he's the one that is basically telling people that they don't have to listen to the Constitution. They're deporting people who are here legally in the United States, even American citizens, and they're taking advantage of the most vulnerable citizens that we have, children. Children, a 2-year-old, a 7-year-old, and an 8-year-old were deported from the United States without seeing a judge, without the right to an attorney. That failed them. The 2-year-old, their mother was deported back to Honduras. The mother said she wanted her child. They didn't even talk to the father, who's a U.S. citizen, and do anything. They didn't get to go before a judge. That baby was put on a plane and sent to Honduras. And if you're saying that's not true in the chat, by all means, request up and let's have a conversation about it. Bubba. John, Matthew. Oh, sorry, I'm talking to Bubba.
I gotta. Sorry, my heart's pounding fast. I just had to take a deep breath. Sorry, my heart's kind of pounding fast. I gotta take a drink of water.
Rich, are you? You are something else.
No, my heart's pounding fast. I just need to just take a deep breath.
Why is your heart pounding fast?
Because I'm being put on the spot right now, and I need to say the right thing. I don't want to necessarily.
What do you mean say the right thing? You just have to say the truth. You don't have to say the right thing. You just say the truth. Hi, Butterfly. You were invited up. Did you vote for Trump?
No, I did not vote for Trump. Did you?
Why you so what's that? What happened?
No. See, this is the point that I'm trying to make. And understand when I say this, I am not trying to insult. I am not trying to offend. I am trying to literally ask, as a Black woman to another Black woman, why are you wasting your time talking about an individual whom we all know is mentally insane, who we all know does
Has he been
not
diagnosed?
care about? See, that's what I'm saying.
No, because I spent months telling people that they can't. Ma'am,
no,
respectfully,
no,
respectfully.
no.
So here's the deal. I'm not going to argue with another black woman. If you want to have a talk with me, you can have a talk. So I'm going to ask you politely to change your tone because I'm not going to argue with you. That's not what we're not going to do that. I wholeheartedly believe that black women don't argue in mixed company. So there's that part. Also, unless you are a doctor or a practicing nurse, practitioner, something of that nature, or you work in the mental health field where you can diagnose people, please don't come up here trying to diagnose anyone. Right? We ask people not to do that for Joe Biden. I'm going to say don't do that for Donald Trump. There's that part. All right. Also, these conversations, all right, they bring a level of entertainment along with education. We like to call it edutainment is what we like to call it. And these conversations aren't really for the people that join the panel. These conversations are for the people in the chat because they learn something that they can then go look up. So that's how this works. They can go then do their research. I always say, don't believe me, fact check me. Shout out to Nutty for that one. But there you go. All right. So Butterfly, I am going to take you off mute, ma'am. And I'll allow you to finish. And I say allow because this is my platform, but please do not yell at me. The request to unmute has been.
To answer your question, yes, I am in the medical field. I am a certified clinical research coordinator, and I do work on clinical trials.
Awesome.
My question to you is that why are you wasting your time talking about an individual who does not even care about you, me, or anyone else on this platform? That's the reason why I wanted that black women thing that it should not even be relevant. Why are you sitting up here giving this man all the credit? You sitting up here talking about him every time you mention him or anybody.
That's strange.
Shows.
Hey, I'm so sorry. I missed a lot of what you said because my live just literally glitched and went out. So I don't know what you said. I'm sorry. Hey, Izzy. I'm so sorry. It literally glitched. Oh, she left? Oh, fudge. Okay. All right. There's that. Not sure what that was about. All right, guys. Like literally the live, like the whole app just like closed out. It literally closed out. And I was like, what just happened? I thought I lost the live. Okay. Butterfly, if you are still here, love, I do hope that you heard me say that this is for education, speaking out against Donald Trump. So there's that part. Also, another thing, love, is that these conversations, thank you so much for the flowers. I appreciate those. Thank you. Thank you, Glory. These conversations, again, aren't for the people typically that join the panel unless they're looking to be educated. But when we're doing the back and forth talks here, all right, this more so information for people in the chat to take a look into and to verify, so there's that. So with that being said, Butterfly, I do hope that you enjoy the rest of your night, love. Thank you for coming up. All right. Rich, did you take that drink of water?
Yes, I did. I had some ice water, and then I feel good now. I had to take a deep breath.
You doing better now?
Yeah, I feel great. I do. I feel great. Thank you very much.
All right. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Already offline. He's definitely not a serious person. Not at all. No.
No, well, I live in Kansas, and I did vote for Trump. I do like to have fun sometimes because these conversations can be very serious and very depressing. But I am very serious, so I did vote for Trump, and I did.
We know that you voted for Trump. I'm just saying you're a very unserious person.
People need to look at things from other perspectives. I used to be Democrat. Believe it or not, I actually did used to be Democrat. So I had the same views as you and a lot of people in the chat. Believe me, I used to, and I changed, I learned, I grew, I traveled the world.
Okay, Rich, I don't care. Hi, Kyler. Did you vote for Trump?
No, I didn't, but I just want to say that I'm a white man and I love what you do.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here, love.
Yeah, you take care, Erica.
All right, you too. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, drop some hearts in the chat for Kyler. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of y'all. All right, let's see here. Hi, Austin. Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
You did? Okay. All right. Fantastic. All right. You want to tell us how you weren't duped? Because I think you were duped. Oh, fudge. I forgot to put my sticker back up. Let me put my sticker up. I did get the live did glitch out on me. All right. While I'm putting my sticker back up, guys, hold on. Let me do some good things here. While I am doing that, please let's remember to keep tapping the screen. I don't know how many likes we have right now, so I'm just gonna say let's get this up to 200,000 likes. All right. Stretch goal. Let's do it. 200,000 likes. Okay. Also, guys, let's take care of the garlands because we're almost halfway there. We're at 9. I know we can get to 10. Then I know we can get to 20. All right. So let's do that. Also, we have $94 left in our donation goal here tonight. $94 left in our donation goal. Pay links are in the bio, and Venmo and PayPal. Also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9@gmail.com. I appreciate your love, your kindness, your support, and most definitely the encouragement and the engagement because it's been needed. So thank you all so much for all that you do. All right. So you see the background now, Austin? I'm trying to fix it and I can't. Do you see it? Says you've been duped? Okay. All right.
Yes.
So tell us, how haven't you been duped?
Honestly, I feel like we all been duped because the government don't give a care about none of us, to be completely honest.
I can't fix the sticker.
It was better of the two. Because let's be real, you have all this transgender free bathrooms, go to
Is
this.
this really how you want to live life? Policy. No, quiet. Is this really how you want to live life? How does someone using the restroom impact your life, sir? Please tell us how. How does someone using the restroom impact your life?
Okay, we'll talk about the day-to-day. Nothing has changed from the Democrats to the Republicans. I'm still making the same money. I'm not losing any money. Oh, what? It's just no now. But there's no difference. I'm still living my life. I'm not losing no money. I'm not gaining no money. It's the same thing. So everybody really needs to come together instead of being so damn separated. That's what really needs to happen. Everybody's all.
So you
Trump,
think that a guy?
Democrat.
Oh, you want to just talk? Oh, okay. Go ahead. So you're saying the guy who on the campaign trail literally said out of his own mouth, oh, he ran, not to skedaddle. He just wanted to come up here and preach his message of peace. Right? He wanted to just come up here and say, can we all just get along? That's what he wanted to do. That's what he wanted to do. He didn't have no actual argument. No. He didn't have a good point, Rich. And the reason why he didn't have a good point is because Donald Trump has spent the last 4.5 years, all right, lying about an election being stolen. That's not bringing people together. I know the sticker is covered in my face, guys. I'm trying to make it smaller. Bear with me. I'm sorry. All right. But also, he's the one who's been going around saying hateful things about Kamala Harris, disparaging Joe Biden at every single chance that he gets. Also, Donald Trump is the same guy who said that immigrants are poisoning the blood of our country. Said that immigrants are just genetically wired to be murderers. He said that. How is that a message of peace? How is that a message of unity?
Well, I see. Well, I'm not going to agree with those statements, but I do see where he's coming from. I see why he may feel that way.
I'm sorry, what?
No, I don't agree with some of those statements, but I see why he may feel that way.
What world is it okay to say something of that nature? That is Schmittler rhetoric 101.
Right. That's
like
why
the first lesson.
And that's exactly why I said I don't necessarily agree with him on that, but I understand why he may feel that way.
No. Do you hear the words that you're saying, Rich? You're saying, I don't necessarily agree with him. That's not a full condemnation of what he is saying. Basically, you're trying to toe the line here. All right, you either agree or you don't agree.
It's a slippery slope, you know.
It's not a slippery slope, Rich. There's nothing slippery about saying that immigrants are vermin, and that there's nothing slippery about that. That is a concrete statement right there. The man is xenophobic.
When he says that they should, are you familiar with just a few days ago when he's saying how they should be forced to learn English if they're going to be driving the trucks? Are you familiar with that? Because I just need to get your.
Are you okay with that statement?
Right, that's what I'm asking you. Your perspective on that. How
Absolutely
do you feel about
not.
that?
No, I'm not okay with that statement.
Right,
No.
right. But then this is the problem because I agree with that. But if you're going to force people to wear masks and get a vaccine, then you can't be mad when he forced people to learn English. So it goes both ways. That's why I'm saying there's hypocrisy. There's some hypocrisy. That's the point.
I'm sorry. What? What the hell is the equivalency? How are you equating the two? How is asking people to be cognizant and wear a mask, you know, so that they potentially don't infect their neighbor with a deadly virus, the same as saying someone needs to, you know, learn English? How is that the same?
Right, right. I see where you're coming from. But here's
No. You
it's
don't see where I'm coming from, Rich. You talk in circles, and it's absolutely ridiculous. I literally feel like you're trying to gaslit all of us. You're literally trying to gaslit us, and it's ridiculous.
They forced us to wear the mask, and they forced us to take the vaccine. So now he's forcing them to learn
They
English.
didn't force us to take any vaccine. Who was forced to take a vaccine? Tell us.
Well, that's not true. That's not true.
Who was forced? Why do you keep saying stuff and then say that's not true?
Well, in order to
why
go
you
to
keep
work,
contradicting yourself?
We all had to take the vaccine to go to work. You know,
no, we didn't.
Absolutely did. Yes, we
no,
did.
we
100%.
didn't.
I will not back down from that point. I can't give you that one. I can't give you that one.
You haven't been giving me anything. Anything that we've discussed thus far, I gotten on my own because you haven't said anything factual yet.
Well, we were forced to. Our jobs they made it so we were forced to get the vaccine and forced to wear masks in order to continue working. You know, like I can speak for myself. I was in the restaurant business at that time. You know, and we were forced to. You know, that's a fact. You know, we could agree on that. That was a fact. We were forced to. And,
did you wear the mask, Rich?
I was forced to. If I had a choice, I would not have, but I was forced to. Yeah, 2020 and 2021, maybe even a little bit of 2022.
So you have a problem with basically being kind to your fellow human beings.
Oh no! Please don't spin it like that. No, I'm a good person. No, don't.
I don't think that you're a good person.
It was a force. That's the point I'm making. Is being forced to take the vaccine and being forced to wear the mask.
Did you take the vaccine, Rick?
I had to. Yep, I had to be able to work. I had no choice. I could have just been unemployed and let my bills stack up, but I had to provide. So.
Hey, my beautiful sister.
Naquan, I want to tell you something.
Yes, sister.
Truth is, I'm tired. Options are few.
Oh no, yeah. No. You need your rest. You definitely need your rest.
This guy.
I just want to correct Rich real quick. Rich, that was your job. That wasn't the government, so it's not the same thing. There was
I see why you may feel that way. I understand why you feel that way.
It's definitely not a parallel argument. It's so
Rich,
silly.
There was no government mandate. Your job, some jobs may have mandated people to take it to keep other people from suing them, but it wasn't a government thing.
Understand why you may feel that way, but I don't necessarily know if that's off the case, bro.
It wasn't a government thing, though. Your job is a private company. All right, you didn't work for the government. It's a private company, and they said you have to wear a mask, and they full well can do that. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, and I get the point he's making, but still, though, when everybody's job is basically requiring you to get...
It wasn't everybody's job because I was working for a construction company, and guess what? My job did not mandate it. So it wasn't every job, which means it wasn't the government. It was just your job. This is not opinion. This is...
Exactly.
Yours is anecdotal because it's your experience. You're saying your job made you do it. I am proving the fact that multiple jobs did not make people do it. It's not anecdotal.
But here's the thing where you're confusing me. Why are you saying most people's jobs? Where are you getting that information from? Where's the source?
Because it was not mandated at every job. Rich, I live in New York City. I know multiple jobs that did not mandate masks and did not mandate vaccines. But I do know a lot of jobs that did it so they can avoid from being sued by somebody if the employee happened to spread the virus. It was to cover their self from lawsuits.
Yeah, exactly. So you're kind of proving my point, though. You're saying
no, because it wasn't a government thing, Rich. Government corporations are not the same thing.
These are private entities with their own rules and regulations.
I find it interesting because you did say most jobs did not require it. So you say that as if you have to have some knowledge of how many, though. You're saying that it was actually majority of jobs did not require it, because I was under the impression that most of them did.
I don't care about this.
It was a 50-50.
I don't care about this.
Mostly a 50-50. And my sister is tired, so I'm going to ask everybody to please drop out of the box. She does need to get rest.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm not done. I'm over at 10 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, babes. I appreciate you. No, bro. No, I'm just saying, like, the reason why I don't care about this is because Rich is basically, he's obfuscating. He's trying to avoid what's currently happening in the Trump administration. So that's what he's doing. That's why I want to bring it back to current times for him, because he's ridiculous.
I've seen Rich on panels. But Rich, let me ask you an important question. Why do you use a voice changer to sound like Ronald Reagan? I know that's Ronald Reagan's voice because I dislike Ronald Reagan with my whole heart.
That is crazy.
No, so this is an on Bluetooth speaker. It's spelled ONN. It's Bluetooth, so it's not a voice changer or anything like that. I'm not even technologically advanced to do that on TikTok. I don't know anything about that.
Hey, Rich.
Yeah, but that's Ronald Reagan.
This is a conspiracy theorist right here. He claims that I'm using the voice changer, yada yada yada. That was crazy.
I don't care, Rich. I really don't. I don't.
Yeah, I don't either. He brought it up. I don't really care about it either.
Rich is just an odd duck. You're an odd duck, Rich. Anywho, Rich, I have a question for you because we were talking about it earlier. All right. Do you believe that due process actually applies to all people within the United States?
Absolutely. You know, I've gotten tickets before. I've been in court before. Absolutely.
So due process does apply to all people. All right. So why is it that you're still supporting a man, the president, who isn't actually following the Constitution of the United States of America?
Wow, this is a gotcha moment.
It's not a gotcha. It's a good question. I want to know.
Wow.
Rich, I swear to God, you got one more time to make that sound.
This is a gotcha moment.
It's not a gotcha. Savvy said it's perspective.
No, because you got me halfway when you asked me, you know, do I believe that everybody should get due process?
Should everyone get due process? Yes or no?
But
you said yes.
But yeah, so, but it's a gotcha.
Bruh, why isn't Trump following due process then? He's not following the Constitution.
It's a gotcha moment because it doesn't apply to this
Sir,
situation.
I know what a gotcha moment is, and this isn't a gotcha. This is a genuine question because you have a president. He's basically usurping and disregarding the darn on 5th Amendment and the 14th Amendment, amongst a bunch of other amendments. All right. He's using the Constitution as, you know, toilet tissue. All right. He doesn't respect it. So how do you continue to defend this man who disrespects the law of the land? That's not a gotcha.
Yeah, I was referring specifically to the due process part. That I think that part was, but the rest of the question is fair though. That's in good faith. I think that the situation, like we talked about, it just happened today. You know, talking about the Constitution. I believe you said in the interview. You know, I respect that, but it's too new. I can't give you my full take on it because I haven't sat on it. You know,
I'm sorry, it's too new. You said. It's too
Yeah,
new.
yeah.
What do you mean by it's too new?
Well,
thank
the
you so
interview-
much, Kay. Oh, Kay, thank you so much for subscribing. Draw some hearts in the chat for Kay. Kay, you're gonna get the song. You get the song.
The interview just came out today.
Shh, quiet. Draw some hearts in the chat for Kay. She's now a sub. Welcome to the loves. Remember, y'all, as a love, you get access to a monthly drop. You also get access to the 30-minute co-hosting position monthly. And once our Discord is up and running this upcoming Friday, you get access to the amazing Discord where it's going to be all about community giving and sharing. All right. So, Rich, here's the dealio. Okay.
That's a good song, by the way. That's a good. I'm old school. I'm old
It's a
fashioned. I'm old
fantastic
school.
song.
I'm
I
old
know.
school.
I
So
know.
that's a
I
good
know,
song.
Rich. I know. It's a great song. I know. Rich, this isn't new. Donald Trump has been doing this since he came into office in January. All right. He's been doing this since January, filling up planes, people and on military planes and deporting them without being able to see a judge. That's not due process. That's escaping due process. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Taking people who were legally allowed to be in the United States and, like RC said, not just deporting them, but sending them to a concentration camp, a place that their own president of El Salvador said that once people go in there, they do not leave. These people weren't even allowed to go before a judge to prove their case that they could actually be here in the country legally.
Well, hold on, Rich. I have a question for you. How old is the Constitution?
Good question.
I'm actually not sure.
How old is America?
America. I personally, I think of the. I don't know. I think 1700s is when I start thinking about recent history, but I don't actually know.
The U.S. is about a couple of hundred years old. So
Yeah, see, I wasn't that far off. 1700s.
the Constitution is a couple of hundred years old. So it doesn't matter.
No, guys, stop. I need everybody to stop. The Constitution is 237 years old, and I believe that the United States itself is about 240, I want to say 47 or 48 years old.
It's 248.
Yeah,
The
48, because
Constitution
then we'll be
not too far behind it.
Oh, it's 49. No, it's 49 because it's going to be 250 next year because it'll be 2026 next year.
Oh,
So
yeah.
1776.
Yeah, see, 1700s. I was right, actually.
Anywho, is old. Go ahead, Naquan. I'm sorry.
Second old or 2 seconds old. He is violating the document that's over 200 years old. That is the law of the land.
Exactly.
Yeah, I understand why you feel that way. I understand where you're coming from. I do. I understand where you're coming from. Why
You
say that.
understand a lot, but actually a very little. Like, you understand a lot, but know a little. I don't get it.
Yeah, he's saying that even though the interview just dropped today, the Constitution itself is, about 250 years old. So I get what he's saying. I get the point he's making.
It is very dismissive, RC. Like, Rich, you're not doing yourself any favors right here. And I'm actually very disappointed in you because I feel like you know better.
I understand why you feel that way. I understand why you say that. There's a lot going on. I understand that.
You don't understand anything. Okay. All right. Gunkle, you have bars, love.
Oh, can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And you're gone. Okay. There's that part. All right. Let's see here. Who else do we have? Yeah, guys, remember, if you're a sub, you can always use your monthly drop. Just to let you know. Hi, I really can't see your name. I'm sorry. Altiza, did you vote for Trump?
Hi, good evening. I'm sorry, I'm just taking a shower.
Oh,
sorry, I'll come back.
Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great night.
Bye.
Okie dokie. I'm not even gonna act like people don't do that because I do it too. I do it too. All right, guys. All right. You just let me know that you want to use your drop for right now. Okay, guys. So let's keep tapping the screen. We're really close to 200,000 likes. We got like 30 minutes to get there because that's my light goal for the night. So I know we can get there. Also, guys, let's go ahead and knock out our what do we call those things? The pretty garlands, the flowers, because I'm into flowers right now. All right. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to go to Trader Joe's tomorrow and buy some flowers. All right. So let's go ahead and do that. Knock those out. We're over halfway there. We only need 7 more to do. So, thank you so much. I feel pretty. Thank you, Glory. All right. Thank you so much. Also, guys, take care of the panel. Naquan is here. Show him some love. Thank you so much for the bouquet. Give me my flowers while I'm here. Thank you, baby. All right. Also, guys, we are at $94 to goal, $94 to our donation goal tonight. Pay links are in the bio. Everything with Erica on Venmo. Also, Erica Shantae.
That you do is definitely appreciated and accepted. I appreciate all your love, your support, your encouragement, and most definitely your engagement because Lord knows.
Lord knows. All right. Unfortunately, guys, Rich is still here. Rich is still here because although he has crashed out twice, all right, he hasn't done one of his epic crash outs. And also, we don't have any Trump supporters who actually want to come up and have a conversation. Yeah, I think they're too scared. They're too scared to do so. I think that's what that is. Go ahead,
I
Rich.
only crash out if there's a reason. You know, it has to be justified. You know, there's no reason.
And when you get back into a corner, you be crashing out hard when you get back into a corner.
Well, yeah, that's when the person I'm talking to is not reasonable. You know, as long everybody's pretty reasonable today. You know, I just think that the country's bottom line is the country's heading in a good place. Now I'm satisfied.
How is the country headed in a good place?
Well, so like earlier, somebody mentioned the tariffs, and you do realize that we are China's number one customer, right? Like they make most of their money from us. So due to that, we have leverage when it comes to the tariffs. You know, we're literally, and I know that for a fact. You don't have to fact check me. That's a kind of waste of time, but you feel free if you want to, but you don't necessarily have to. But we're literally China's number one, buyer. So go ahead.
Rich, can I ask you a question, Rich?
Go right ahead.
If we hold the power, why did China tell Trump the only way they ever going to come to a negotiation table is if Trump dropped the tariffs? That don't sound like we hold the power. It sounds like China may hold more power than we actually are being told.
Hey, Naquan.
Yeah.
Naquan.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm sorry. Hold on. One moment. Okay. I think you know what I'm about to say. I need to get it out. China got the juice now.
Yeah.
China got the juice now. Rich, that wasn't for you. Stop it. That wasn't for you.
So if
hurting people's ears like that, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hey, I even heard one person say Trump put tariffs on China so we can get Walmarts out there. Y'all are really coming up with the most craziest stuff now to try to justify what he's doing.
That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. Okay. What?
I see where they're coming from. No, I see where they're coming from on that. You know, it's kind of, I wouldn't necessarily stamp that or, you know, put my name behind that or back that, but I do see where they're coming from. So, yeah, it makes sense.
Like China is playing checkers with Trump. You do know who holds most of the U.S.
They playing Chinese checkers with him. You know, they playing Chinese checkers, and you know Trump don't know how to play that game.
Well, the problem is though, is that they stand to lose more than what we do. Is the point I'm saying?
They don't stand to lose more. China can actually produce its own manufacturing. It can produce its own products. It can. Yes. Like, Rich, do me a favor. Name. I want you to do this. Name the best-selling TV brand in the United States.
Well, we could talk about Insignia. We could talk about Sony. We could talk about Roku.
I said the best selling brand in the United States.
Wow. Oh wow. Okay. I didn't know that you specifically wanted the number one. Yeah, I don't necessarily build television.
Rich,
I don't even watch that much TV.
Rich, I gotta correct you on something. Even those TVs, most of the parts come from China.
Exactly.
So even TVs that are made in America, they're still getting their parts from China. You do realize
Exactly.
China.
They might be American made. They might be American companies. All right, but their TVs are still produced and manufactured elsewhere.
Yeah,
So
it's just
there's that part.
assembled in China. It's just assembled in America, but it's China made. You do know China was the first one to actually make the blue LEDs, right? When the US was trying for decades.
Okay, I understand why you feel that way, why you say that. I don't personally. I mean, I'm not going to go against that, but I understand why you
You
feel that way.
mentioned Insignia. Insignia is actually assembled in Vietnam or Thailand.
Yeah.
So there's that part. I mean, there's that
Assembled
part.
in.
Even Element, I don't know when the last time someone purchased an Element TV, but even them, though they assemble here in the United States, they still get parts from other countries. So guess what? They're still going to be paying those tariffs. And guess who's going to end up paying that cost?
I see. That's the only part of the argument that I can get behind is that we're going to have to pay for that. So I do understand that. Yeah.
So how do you continuously support Donald Trump when at every turn that we've gone over thus far, Rich, when we talked about basically his past history, we've talked about what else? We talked about him not knowing the Constitution. We've even talked about the tariffs now, and I'm pretty sure I'm missing out on some things because you've been up here for too long. But here's the thing. He's duped you at every single turn. Basically, that man is laughing at you. Basically, that man is saying, "Gotcha, bitch." So, like, come on.
Well, I think he hasn't duped us at every turn. I think
Yes, he has.
You may have
Name
overstated when you said
one
every.
positive thing that Donald Trump has done to help the average American.
What you did, you made a couple good points, but then you said everything. That's where you slipped up.
Rich,
You slipped
every
up.
point I've made tonight has been absolutely fantastic.
So are we just going to act like border crossings aren't down 97%? Are we really going to sit here and act like that?
Don't nobody care about border crossings.
Oh, so it's nobody cares when I do find the point that he did help us with. Okay, so you said.
But he's deporting.
But
But he is even those he's doing. This is I told you to stop doing that, right?
It's not
Stop
even
doing
true,
that.
Rich. Border crossing is actually not down 95% because they did not list a whole demographic of people in there. So it's not actually down. He just didn't list it, so this way it can make it look like
thank
it.
you, Allie.
He manipulated the numbers, Rich, and he got you. But I can't give him.
Naquan, hold on. Naquan, would that be a dupe?
That's a duke.
That's a dupe.
I mean,
he duped y'all again.
Wow.
Damn, that's crazy. He duped y'all again.
I can give him credit for being honest about one thing. He said if we vote for Kamala, the stock market is going to go down. And the stock market did go down. So he did tell the truth about one thing.
But he the president.
Yeah.
So okay, so
he the president.
Just to be clear, you guys can deny the border crossing numbers going down, but we can't deny January 6th or the election of 2020. But you got it.
How the hell are you going? You know what, Rich? You're making me cuss, and I don't like cussing. All right, I'm gonna need you to stop. All right, because you're pivoting. I know your ankles hurt. Your chiropractor bill got to be out this roof. All right, you must really like pretzels. Like, come on. All right. Like more crossovers than Iverson. Like I need you to stop.
Yeah, I should have pointed that out.
Let me ask you a question, Rich. Let me ask you a question because our GDP is down. That's the first quarter. If it happened again next quarter, yeah, the GDP is down. What happens if it happened again next quarter, Rich?
I see where I know the point you're trying to make about the recession. You know, I know the point you're trying to make. I know the point.
And we were warned about him bringing us into a recession, and it's happening. It's happening.
Well, no, it's 1 second. Sorry. Sorry about that. I need some more water. But no, it's it remains to be seen. You know, it hasn't happened yet. You know, it's we can't speak too soon. You know, we can't just jump the make assumptions. You know, we're gonna.
The
Hey,
hell was
Rich,
that noise you
you
just
know the
made?
I had to clear my throat. I need some water. I do apologize, but yeah, it's we gotta. It remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Well, no, because if we go
The
if we
keeps
go off the
remaining to be
estimate
seen
that the professionals, yeah, because if we go off the estimate that the professionals are giving, the GDP is expected to go down 3% more next quarter. So yeah, no, it's not just a feeling. These
Well,
are experts that are looking at this stuff. If we do not remove all these tariffs and stop the fuckery, we're going in a recession.
I understand why they feel that way. The experts. I'm not an expert, obviously, but I understand why they feel that way. But it's too soon to even make that assumption that we're going to go.
I call that audible. That was an audible because I really feel like I really feel like Miss Pamela earlier paid 50 to get rid of him, and I'm so sorry. It just like clicked in my brain, and I'm just like, how come ain't none of the subs like yelling in the chat to get rid of him? Y'all was confusing me. Like, Rich, no, you pivot way too much. I'm not gonna keep doing this with you. I absolutely refuse doing it anymore. Also, it's almost like nap time. I know I gotta take my evening nap. All right. Gotta take my evening nap. Oh my God.
I will give it to Rich. His crossover is a mean one.
My God, like Penny, right? Like Hardaway. Jesus.
That boy
So bad.
crossover real quick.
Ooh, child. Oh, come on, Rich. What are we doing here, Rich? Okay, Naquan, thank you. I appreciate you, love.
You already know, sis, anytime.
All right, awesome. Have a great night. I draw some hearts in the chat for Naquan. Good God. Whew. You know what? I deserve it all. Because dealing with Rich for that long, my gosh. Woo. Okay, everyone breathe. Everyone breathe. All right, everyone say something like kind to yourselves. Just breathe. All right, let's just breathe. Okay, guys. Shout out to Phil. Shout out to Phil for the dollar. Phil sent $1 on Venmo, and Phil said, that's why some products have to say assembled in America. Meanwhile, Trump has outsourced products. On the border, the 90% is year over year, not the time from Biden leaving office. Ain't that something? So, are you trying to tell me this is Biden's border? This is Biden's border is what it is. That's what you're trying to tell us, Phil. Also, shout out to Adrian for the $15. Adrian said, Rich Poor is so unserious. Love what you do. Thank you, baby. He is such an unserious person. He really is. Guys, we are now $78 from our goal. Also, shout out to, was that Vicdale? Thank you so much, Vicdale, for subbing. Awesome. Yeah, $78 to goal, guys. Vicdale, you're going to get the song. You're going to get the song while I say all the good things. If you want to support, pay links are in the bio. Venmo, PayPal, also have a Zelle. The Zelle is everythingwitherica9@gmail.com. Also, guys, if you want to become a love, click that star next to the chat bar. All right. As a love, you will have access to a monthly drop. So if you're not feeling the op, you can drop. Also, you get the privilege of co-hosting with me. Co-hosting with me. I gotta start saying that. Lulu, thank you so much for subscribing for 4 months. Awesome. Y'all drop the hearts in the chat for all our new subs. All right. And also, you can co-host with me for 30 minutes a month here on the panel. Also, our new Discord is going to be up and running by this upcoming Friday, guys. So you'll have access to our Discord where we're going to be all about community, giving, loving, and sharing. All right. So if, again, you want to become a love, click that star next to the chat bar. Hope to see you there. Okay. So if you are a Trump supporter, go ahead and request up. Request up. All right. Request up. So we can have one last talk. I think I'm gonna do like one or two more talks. I think 1 or 2. I do have to take my evening nap, as an unemployed person. Yeah, I gotta take my evening naps. All right. Hey, listen, in order to make this whole thing work, this social media thing work, I'm gonna need your love. All right. I'm gonna need your support. All right. Because if I gotta go back to corporate America, y'all not gonna see much of me. That's all I got to say. Y'all not gonna see much of me. All right. Because I learned my lesson. So, anywho, if you voted for Donald Trump and you think that you weren't duped, because you definitely were duped, but if you think you weren't duped or whatever, then by all means, go ahead and request up so that we can have a conversation. All right, we're gonna have a talk because these aren't debates. Because as you guys know, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Also, another thing is I haven't checked on my Twitchers all night. I don't know what's going on in the land of Twitch. So let's see. Also, I should really practice working on. Hello, Twitchers. Thank you so much, Twitchers, for being here. All right, and then let's see who is over there on the tubes of the U. What are the tubers doing? Let's see. Do, 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 do. Oh, wow. Awesome. We have a good number of people watching over on YouTube. That's fantastic. Oh my God. Guys, I got over 500 subscribers on YouTube. I'm on my way. I still don't know how to look at analytics on YouTube, but I see I'm on my way. Hey, thank you so much for sending out a sub. Rebecca, welcome, welcome, welcome to the loves. Welcome to the loves. Good grief. You don't have to spam it, Sebastian. Jeez, Louise. Mute. Look. There we go. Get a grip. Okay. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for sending out that sub. Anna, I appreciate you. Drop some hearts in the chat. Drop some hearts in the chat, guys. All right. If you voted for Donald Trump again, go ahead and request up. Let's go ahead and have a talk. All right. Let's have a talk. I got time for one more talk, or else we're going to read the news. Yeah, I know how much I love reading out loud. We're going to read the news. We are. We're going to do that. Hello, Nelly. All right. Yes, guys. Omega. Thank you, bro, for subbing. Thank you so much for subbing, bro. I appreciate you. Let me play that song for all the new subs. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the bright lights. They prevent me from actually showing emotion. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, we know. Donald Trump hasn't come through. We heard people complain about what happened along the East Coast last year with Hurricane Helene. But those thunderstorms and tornadoes that ravaged, the Midwest, Donald Trump didn't do anything. Donald Trump didn't do anything about that. And when we heard not a peep, not a little peep, not a word, guys, not a word. All right. So again, I say to you, if you voted for Donald Trump, go ahead and request up so that we can have a conversation, because why not? I mean, why not? Seriously, why not? Oh, back to YouTube. I don't know how to access the YouTube analytics. I really don't. I'm going to have to ask someone to help me, but I really don't know. I don't know how many watch hours I need on YouTube. I don't know how many followers I need on YouTube. I don't know nothing about YouTube, but I'm really excited because I see I have 536 subs on YouTube, which is pretty darn going awesome, because I said by my birthday, I wanted 500 subscribers on YouTube. And guys, my birthday is in, we'll do the math right, 27 days. 27. Who is Santana? I don't know Santana. I don't know him. 27 days from her birthday. Hey, well, if you're on the East Coast, then it's, 26 more days. But if you're here with me on the West Coast, we have 27 more days until my birthday. Yes, Saucy Santana. Yes, Saucy Santana. I'm going to ask him about YouTube. Yes, Saucy Santana. Yes, he be doing everything too. Yeah. So I can't wait until my birthday. I'm going to be almost 60. How you going to tell me who I know? That's the problem. Y'all always telling me what I know, who I am, all these things. And I'm just like, what are y'all talking about? What is y'all talking about? Oh no. I'm going to be almost 60. Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be excited. Thank you. Thank you, miss. Who is that person? I don't know him. No, but I really do have to figure out the YouTube analytics, and I have to figure out a different setup, because I do want to be able to look at the screen and look at you guys at the same time. But I realized I didn't like the screen in front of me, because I always felt like it was looking up my nose, which was weird. And now I'm just talking to y'all. Why? Somebody gonna go around saying Erica says she doesn't know who Santana is, that she doesn't know him. Hey, why would she say that? Oh my God, no. course I know who Santana is. Okay. I know who Santana is. Anywho, yeah. So I'm excited. I think I'll do something fun for my B-Day this year, but I'm not gonna tell you what it is until it happens. That's what I'm gonna do. They're gonna clip it, they're gonna clip it. It's gonna get clipped. Play the clip. Play the clip. That's exactly they were like, play the clip. I can't wait though. I'm gonna have so much fun for my B-Day. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. So hey, for real though, if you have been following me for a while, like if you've been a supporter, you know, a friend of the platform, a love, then you know how old I am. I just don't ever say it. But you know how old I am. So there's that. And don't be giving it away either in the chat. So stop typing. But you know how old I am. All right. So there's that. All right. So let's see. If you want to read some news, because I ain't got nothing but time, and the Trump supporters are all afraid. They're scared. We've had some talks tonight, and we're so close to 200,000 too, and we only need 2 more garlands and then 78 to knock out our donation goal. I think we got this, guys. I think we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Yes, we can, because we're all in this together. Thank you so much, Glory. I like your name, by the way. It reminds me of Glorilla. What if you're is that Glorilla? Is that Glorilla? Nah, that's not Glorilla. It could be. They got the same name. That's not Glorilla. All right, don't do that, Erica. Ooh, I feel pretty. It's like a princess. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know, right? I would have never have guessed 60 either. But that's what happens when you drink your water and mind your business. That's what happens. That's what happens. So yeah, if you voted for Donald Trump, by all means, request up. So I guess we can talk. I was thinking, guys. Like, oh, thank you. Thank you so much for knocking out that gift goal. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Whisper, you said you came and tried pretending. That's so funny. It's like, who can pretend to be that? I don't know. I tried one time pretending. I think I was going to troll Johnny and try to pretend to be MAGA. I didn't even make it past hello because he was like, Erica, please. And I was like, okay, I guess. Like, how did you know it was me? How did you know? Like, come on. It's not, am I that ungood? It's ungood word. Am I that bad at trolling that all I had to do was say hello and you knew that it was me? I think that's crazy. I just think that's like, that's not nice. Because I wanted to troll. But you can't out troll a troll. I say that with love, by the way. I do. I honestly say that with love before anyone tries to misconstrue that. That is said definitely with all the love for him. All right. So let's see here. Yeah. The good trolls are people that we know because they know. Yeah. Because they be knowing. You would gag. Like, ugh. Well. If it
What's
isn't Larry
going
Liberty.
on? How's it going tonight?
It's going. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Long time no talk.
Long time no talk. How you doing, stranger?
Good. Haven't
Where
been
you
on
been?
TikTok as much. You know, it got pretty repetitive, so I kind of lost a little bit of interest. So still popping in here every once in a while.
Okay. What you been up to?
Lots of travel, honestly.
Lots of travel. Nice. Where you been, if you don't mind sharing?
West Coast. I had to go to Las Vegas for some business stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And little New York, all over the place.
Cool. All right, that's awesome. You still like Trump?
I mean, look, I don't regret my vote. I go back to where I thought we were, where I don't think we had a clearly strong candidate that was, I think Trump's policies are superior, as I've said. I personally, like, we haven't caught up for a long time. I'm not 100% pleased with the way that he went about the tariffs. I think there was a lot of destruction of market value that could have been avoided with some diplomacy. So I wasn't happy about that, but we've already seen almost a 50% recovery since then. it just speaks to the fact that we do have a pretty durable economy right now, and things are recovering.
But no thanks to him, though. The durable economy wouldn't be thanks to him.
We can disagree on that. I still think his tax policy has been the propulsion of everything since 2017. I mean, corporate taxes, all those things. I know that's been covered a lot, but I think he could have, this whole like Peter Navarro thing where he came up and the way that he went about that liberation
Love you
day
too, Frey.
was the biggest fan of Trump's style. I prefer his policies. I was pretty disappointed with how he rolled that out, but things are starting to recover. It's just a little bit chaotic, and we know that about Trump.
Larry, when we start to see the actualization of the tariffs, especially the ones placed on China, because we're still importing from China and we still have Chinese goods that people are going to be buying. Like when these things cost, let's say $3 or $5 more, and people have to purchase them and it starts hitting people's pocketbooks, then what? Because right now people aren't seeing the impact of it, but once they do see the impact of it, then what? Like,
it really does go down. It comes down to the fact that a lot of people have taken advantage of us. I mean, when you look at the tariffs that India has slapped on us and the fact that they're not reciprocated, like the intention to get equality with nations and equality with trade is quite uncontroversial. I think that's apolitical to want equality in trade. I think we can achieve that. I think in the short term, there's a lot of negotiation that has to go down. I think the negotiation could have been done more diplomatically. I don't think that Liberation Day with that Peter Navarro formula was very good. Peter Navarro is an absolute, when he talks about drain the swamp, Peter Navarro is the swamp. And the fact that he has him up there is absolutely atrocious. I completely disagreed with how Peter Navarro went with that. But let's see. I mean, I think the next 60 to 90 days
oh, you
will
sound
tell
like
us
the
a lot.
people. I don't like when you say let's see. Just a disclaimer for anyone who doesn't know. Larry, don't get mad when I say this because it was the truth. Okay? Don't get mad.
You can't offend me.
Okay, good. All right. So Larry is my former TikTok sugar daddy. All right. Is my
I
former
support creators, and you're awesome, so I like to support you.
so
Why former, by the way? Just because I stopped coming on?
you stopped coming around. And then when you did come around, you weren't dropping no sugar. So I said former.
You know what? I just haven't been in this channel for a long time.
Okay.
This is my first time on your panel in probably 2 months.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. And I'm fully aware of why Larry voted for Trump. So that's that. There's that. We also have had many conversations on the back end. So Larry, I knew you were going to do something. I just knew you were going to do something. I knew it. I just knew it. Thank you, Larry. Thank you for the interstellar. I appreciate you. All right. Oh, Larry,
I
guess what?
had to show some love. What's up?
I appreciate it. Guess what? Guess whose birthday is at the end of the month?
Is that you? It must be you.
Yes, it is.
All right.
It's
And
mine.
wait, was I when I first came on here, I think, were you talking about your age? Did I mishear that? There's no way.
Yep. Yeah,
Wait.
almost 60.
That does not.
You've
now,
been
now
here
you're
long enough to
spreading.
know.
Now you're spreading misinformation. You're doing it again.
Am I?
That's yeah.
Am I, Larry? Am I?
Alternate facts.
Am I? Alternative facts. Yeah, I'm almost 60.
That's insane.
Yeah, I know, right? That's
Yeah,
what happens when you
need
drink
to
your water
publish
and don't
a
vote for
book,
Trump.
And you need a whole health program that you publish to the world.
Larry, I thought you were fully aware, but yeah, almost 60. All right. But no,
That
seriously,
is
Larry.
bananas. That is literally bananas.
I know that you make the money. I get that. I know that you make the money.
How do you know that?
Because we talked about it before.
No, I've never really said anything explicit.
Hector, please. Hector, easy. All right. But no, the thing about it is, no, we talked about this before and we kind of came to the conclusion.
I would never.
Did someone else come to the conclusion? And I was like, okay.
There might be some correlation that people put together with some gifting, but that, I mean, come on, the gifts are just a nice little, support your creators.
Okay. Well, I always think, thank you for the support. My whole thing is that, like, with Trump, especially because he even wants to do more cuts, and this time he's been explicit that the 163 billion that he wants to cut from the 2026 budget will include, like Medicare and Medicaid. So he's been explicit now about what it is that he wants to do, and then also supporting a resolution like HR 1526, which is going to basically lower the authority of our district courts so that they can't place injunctions. Things like that. So that way he would basically have free will to do whatever the hell it is he wants to do in regards to these executive orders. Like, why is he trying to basically dismantle the United States? That's what it feels like he's trying to do. He's trying to get rid of everything that actually makes us work, that makes us great.
So I'm the biggest believer in checks and balances. I think it's gotten us very far. I think the founding fathers knew how far this country would go under the Constitution and the checks and balances system that they designed, that fateful constitutional convention. I think it would blow their minds. So I'm a full believer of checks and balances, especially against the executive branch and presidential power. That being said, we are moving into a realm where we are seeing politicization of the judicial system. And we are seeing judges, and we are seeing some stuff that was never anticipated. So we are definitely getting into new territory. I'm not saying I agree with everything that Trump is doing. I never have agreed with everything Trump stands for or all of his policies. I think anybody who does needs to look at checking themselves into a mental institution. And that goes with Kamala Harris or anybody else.
But you say politicization of political, I can't say that damn word. I tried. I'm going to add that to the list. Okay. But with that, basically, justices and judges leaning one way or the other. That's always been the case, though. They've always had judges appointed by presidents because they're more in line with what that president wants. So that isn't something that's actually new. And I don't think that we can say that just because these judges are actually upholding the Constitution. Like, I know you, Larry, you believe that, all people in the United States, regardless of citizenship status, are owed due process. They have a right to due process, correct?
I think the point he's making, where you have over 10 million people, like there's a lot of things that weren't anticipated when some of this stuff came up. And, do you think we should give over 20 million people, longstanding hearings? That, like, how much logistics would it take to undo the damage of an open border where you had over 10 million people come in?
Border never was open, though, Larry. That's the thing. And you didn't answer.
It's not open anymore. I mean, he has done a phenomenal job at closing the border. Of all the things he's done, that's probably the best job he's done.
Nah, the border's not closed either, by the way. You do, Larry. And you have someone just said in the comments that you have a lot of excuses for Trump.
No, not actually. I came up here saying I was disappointed with how he handled the tariff rollout on that Liberation Day.
But at the end of the day, you still agree with the tariffs, though. You think that they're going to be beneficial?
What I said was I believe in equality in trade. I believe that we should be treated the same way that they're treating us, and that reciprocal tariffs are not a bad idea.
So here's the thing, Larry. I actually want to move away from tariffs because something about closing the border just clicked in my brain. All right. So I always say that Trump doing mass deportations isn't necessarily something that's going to fix immigration, because we still have borders. People are still going to cross. People are still going to apply for asylum. People are still going to come here on visas, so on and so forth.
Legally.
Like, what has Trump actually proposed that's going to improve our immigration system?
Well, here's the thing. When you think about asylum and how international asylum law was created, I mean, it was created during World War I, when you had people that were fleeing countries that were actually war-torn and they had nowhere to go. The abuse of this asylum law had gotten out of control. You had everybody in the world coming through Mexico. Mexico, I mean, there's so many beautiful, safe towns, pueblos, villages all throughout Mexico, low cost of living, lots of jobs. Mexico's a thriving economy. Why didn't they stop there?
That's not where they're trying to get to. They're trying to get to the United States, the land of milk and honey.
But if they're saying they're seeking asylum, don't you think they can seek asylum? Asylum is running from persecution. You don't think you can stop in Mexico and have a beautiful life if all you're doing is trying to seek asylum? Why can't you seek asylum in Mexico? Why do you have to come to America and come to New York City where they're handing out debit cards and free housing?
They're not coming to New York City, and I can't believe that you believe the lie of debit cards and free housing. You know what happened with New York.
New York spent $10 billion in the last 2 years, and they're going to spend another
Abbott sent them there.
But my question is,
but you're pivoting here, and we need to go back though.
Asylum, why can't they seek asylum in Mexico? They go through Mexico.
New York City,
huge country.
Lydia, that was very timely. So let's go back to something, Larry, because you didn't answer my question. You know, I like to.
We'll take turns.
Give some, take some. Give some, take some. All right. So with that being said, you mentioned the asylum. So yes, there are international asylum laws, but the United States also has its own set of asylum laws. And I know that you're familiar with 8 USC 1158. I know that you're familiar because we've gone over it before. Why can't Trump, because I asked you the question of what has Trump proposed to actually improve our immigration system, and you haven't answered it. All right, we can go back to another Republican president, even though don't like him, may he rest in hell. Reagan had amnesty. Reagan basically was like, as long as people don't have a criminal record, they've been here for a certain amount of time, and that, you know, they continue to pay taxes and, you know, be productive citizens. I'll look up the exact criteria, but Reagan offered amnesty. Reagan offered a pathway to citizenship. Trump could actually do the same. All right. So, but he won't do that because it's not necessarily about getting, you know, getting the bad people out, quote unquote. And I'm going to say bad with air quotes around it, guys. It's not about that for him. It's literally that he's a xenophobic and he wants to basically whitewash this country. He wants to get rid of anything that makes this country diverse. We have to be honest about that, because it was actually about, you know, improving immigration and making sure that, you know, people are doing things the legal way. Then why not institute a program of amnesty? He has the House of Representatives. He has the Senate. He also has a Supreme Court that leans right, so leans more conservative. A bill can be proposed, a bill can be voted on, a bill can be passed. And if fought in the courts by the Dems, he likely would be able to make it stick because, again, the courts are leaning his way. Why hasn't he done that? And I say he hasn't because it's kind of rhetorical. I say he hasn't because he doesn't actually want immigrants in this country, Larry.
Well, I disagree.
That's cruel.
All right. Are you done? Let me know.
Did you just, are you done me?
No, okay. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Larry.
Tell me when I can respond.
Go ahead, dude. You're good.
All right. So first of all, when we're talking about Ronald Reagan, when you look at the IRCA, which was his amnesty program, that came in 1986. And it applied to everybody that came in before 1982, which excluded people over the last 4 years, recent immigrants. First of all, it was a very small number. They did have to prove things like good moral standing in the community. They had to prove documentation of a job. There was a criteria. There was a process in order to qualify these people, and it was only something like 3 million people total. It wasn't. So it did not include recent people who just crossed the border. It went back 4 years, and some of these people had been living in America for 10, 20, 30 years. They just did not have
that makes sense.
Status. It makes total sense. But if Trump did that, that would still, the last 4 years is when we had this border crisis. That's when it was 10, 15 million people that came through. So even under that amnesty agreement, it would exclude all of those.
I don't think it was the last 4 years.
People. It
wasn't
was.
wasn't
You can look up the
immigration,
IRCA.
wasn't border crossings on the uptick prior to C-19, and then because of Title 42, of course, it went down, and then once Biden got rid of.
Well, it had a lot to do with the economy as well. Like once C-19 hit and it was tough economic times, it definitely spurred a lot of people trying to leave their home countries because economic opportunities were going down even more. So there was a lot of different factors. But the bottom line is we did have a border crisis. This is unprecedented, the number of people that came through, the lack of any sort of check or process under Reagan's IRCA. There was a huge amount of process, and you had to prove that you were in good standing with your community, you had a job, all these other things. So it's not an apples to apples comparison, number one. And number two, one of the first things that came out under Trump's administration is an expansion of the H-1B program, something I strongly believe in as well. So they are looking to increase immigration into the United States, but they want the right people to come through. They do want some process. They do not want an open border. I don't want an open border. Most of America doesn't want an open border. Even a lot of people on the Democrat side are very happy that the border has been shut down and that border crossings have decreased by 90%.
I don't agree with you. And the reason why I don't agree with you is because you used the fact that Reagan went 4 years back from 1986. And then you say that we've had the majority of these people come in within the last 4 years here in the United States. So that would be 2021. Can you put a number on it? Can you put a number on it?
I mean, maybe it's not an exact comparison between the 4 years. It was really since C-19, maybe 2019. Regardless, there was some.
No, that's not the point that I was trying to make, though, Larry. The point I'm trying to make is why I know you. I don't know if you have an inside with Trump. I don't know if y'all talk at night or not. I don't know. But my main thing is that Trump doesn't have a plan to actually improve immigration because Trump could just model what Reagan did. If Trump wanted to, then he could say, okay, you have had to have entered the United States by January 1st of 2021. He can go back 4 years. He can say that. But that's not what he's doing, because if he did something like that, then a person like Kilmar Abrego Garcia would not have been, put on a plane and flown to a prison, a concentration camp.
Yeah, but did you read all the reports? Have you actually gone in and read the investigative reports on him?
I know about him. Yes, I do know about him. And some of the stuff that the president is a lie. He believes that MS
has the tattoo on the knuckles. Yeah, he was misinformed on that.
He's the president, though.
He was misinformed on that. Yeah, you know what? I mean, he is an egomaniac, and I think that is one of the qualifications to become.
Larry, why would you vote for egomaniac?
Because anybody who's saying they want to be president is an egomaniac. You have to agree with that.
Okay, so if they think highly of themselves, but what about the delusions of grandeur?
Okay, so we're talking about personality, not policy.
No. Hold on. You said he's an egomaniac. I didn't say that.
Everybody
That's
knows
how we got here.
He's very clearly.
That's how we got here.
His family would say he's an egomaniac.
But he's kind of a megalomaniac, though. He's pretty bad. So basically, the thing about it is that you voted for him, though, Larry. But here's the thing: I can't change your mind on who you voted for. We can only talk about like what's currently happening. And then also, hopefully, I really am hoping. How can I put this in the best way? I really am hoping that if he does try to run for a third term, or if he tries to, put Eric as the candidate, because he already said that Vance ain't it, that you make a better decision the next time, one that isn't going to cause harm to millions of people, whether they look like you or not.
I voted Democrat in the past. I voted Republican in the past.
You're not kidding.
I mean, look, if they put up a good candidate, I mean, I think on the Democratic side, I mean, there wasn't a good candidate. That's just the bottom line. And you can disagree. That's fine. A lot of people disagree. Trump was by far the better candidate, and that's kind of a sad statement, honestly. I do think he's becoming much more presidential this term. I think the media polarization is at an all-time high. I don't think he's ever going to get a fair shake. I think the media, it has a bigger role as anybody in this. And I think if the media can start getting it together, then it'll start to stabilize the country. But we're a far away from that.
That's right out of Project 2025 to control the media. That's
I never
crazy.
said control the media. I said the
No,
media. I never said control the media.
That's implied though. The media to get on his side. That's
The
like
media is
implied.
not on his side. The media.
No, I said to get on his side. That's like right out of 2025, Project 2025. Listen, I want you to do something for me. All right. Don't listen to it. All right. I really want you to go read it. Just read it. Read his Meet the Press interview transcript. Just read it. There are no gotcha questions or anything of that nature. Oh God, I'm pulling a Rich Poor, y'all. I got a cough. Hold on one moment. Okay, sorry about that. No, go read that and like, just read it. Like when you're reading it, hear how he answers the questions. He's not becoming more presidential. He may have gotten better at reading a teleprompter, but he's not becoming more presidential. He still has the vocabulary of a fourth grader. He's not becoming better, Larry. And we disagree there.
Since I've answered a lot of your questions, can you answer mine? Why couldn't the immigrants stop in Mexico, where there is all sorts of beautiful, safe? They've got these things called Mágico Pueblos, which are magical towns. I think there's 36 of them. There's so many beautiful places in Mexico. If you're seeking asylum and you're avoiding political or persecution in your own country, and you have to cross through Mexico, why can't you stop there?
Because they want to come here.
Okay, so
they want to come here.
Clearly,
and guess what? Our law allows them to come here.
So what you're saying is they're not avoiding persecution. They're seeking opportunities in America.
They're doing both. What's wrong with doing both? What's wrong with doing both?
Because political asylum, to claim political asylum, means that this is the closest and easiest place to go to avoid. It's international laws, not U.S.
No. But doesn't the U.S. have his own asylum laws?
We have our own, but there's international asylum law, which is used to get into Mexico first before you even engage the U.S. law. So why can't they stop in Mexico? You're making excuses saying that they prefer.
I'm not making excuses. We have our own laws, Larry.
They prefer America. But why can't they stop in a place that's safe, that has everything they need? And if they're really in such trouble in their home country that they're being persecuted, they're in a safe place.
Larry, what about the person who can get a work visa in Great Britain but decides to take a work visa in the United States? It's because they want to take the visa in the United States.
Have a visa, that's different.
No. Look at the. I'm equating the two. All right, these people. All right, because the U.S. has its own set of laws. All right, it's okay for them to seek both if they are fleeing persecution in their home country. All right. And also want to come to America, which has been promoted, propagandized, if you will, as the land of milk and honey. Then by all means, they can come here to the United States and seek their asylum. All right. And again, the U.S. has its own laws, Larry, and that's USC 1158. We already know that. I just like reading it. So let me read it. All right. Any alien who is physically present in the United States or who arrives in the United States, whether or not at a designated port of arrival, and including an alien who is brought to the United States after having been interdicted at international or United States borders, irrespective of such alien status, may apply for asylum in accordance with this section. So they can come here as long as they have 2 feet on our land, on U.S. soil.
And what are the requirements of persecution?
And they have 12 months to file for that asylum.
So what are the requirements?
I know one, of course, is religious, political. I think one is also like physical harm from like gangs or something like that nature. But if you know them off the top of your head, go ahead and tell us.
It's pretty much that race, religion, nationality, political opinion, and that basically they're being persecuted, which means that they're facing, prison sentences, potential unaliving. These are very, very serious things why they're abandoning their home countries. And do you really think that over 10 million people were facing persecution in these countries?
Possibly.
Can you
Now,
just tell me what persecution you think? Like, can you even come up with
many
an
could possibly
a single
be
anecdote or example out of 10 million
maybe
people?
maybe political. I can't say. We don't have the
But
numbers.
see, this is where the argument sort of falls down because nobody has examples. There should be 10 million examples. There should be examples all over the place of persecution happening in these countries. They must escape these countries. They're being persecuted. We are the safe harbor for them. There is no evidence of that. There is no media on that. There are no stories or examples. You yourself said maybe, and don't have a single example or news story that you can point to about an individual that has been persecuted in their home country and must come to the United States without documentation to seek asylum.
Someone in the comments, because I always give respect and shout outs to the comments. Sky mentioned Haiti. So like those coming from Haiti seeking asylum is definitely because of political. Typically those coming from places like El Salvador and Venezuela is typically political.
Okay, you
so we
realize
have
El Salvador
those.
is safer than America now. Like El Salvador is like the most beautiful place with volcanoes, and it's the safest place now.
Just because it's pretty don't mean that it's safe,
It's
Larry.
absolutely safe. El Salvador, if you talk to anybody, I know people that are from El Salvador that visit there, that have family in El Salvador. El Salvador is like paradise.
Larry, have you?
I'm talking about resort.
Like,
I'm
stop
talking
it.
about people who have family there that I have spoken to. El Salvador is unbelievably nice.
Okay.
We have
if you say
much
so.
less safe cities
I don't
here in
necessarily
America.
believe it.
I'm telling you, I mean, 10 years ago it was different, but now El Salvador is a
Okay.
completely different country. Their president has done a phenomenal job.
Okay. The same guy who has the concentration camp? Bukele?
He has used prison systems to turn his country around. And if you talk to anybody that lives in El Salvador, he is an international hero that is loved. His approval rating is probably 99% in El Salvador. He has turned that entire country around, and he's done that with law and order. And when you see things like Trump trying to turn Alcatraz back into an active prison, these are the sort of things that are sometimes necessary to create law and order in a country.
Did Alcatraz, upon its first reiteration, like its first incarnation, I should say, did it change anything? No. People still committed crimes. I mean, we have Sing Sing, we have Leavenworth. Thank you, Hector. I mean, we have
Absolutely,
the
crime will always
Supermax. We have
exist.
the Supermax prison in
Crime will
Colorado.
always exist. You have to look at the rate.
Exactly, but in the crime rate, under Biden, the crime rate was down. The crime rate was down, and we know we don't have enough data yet.
But wait a
Hold
sec.
on,
I
Larry.
won't
We don't
blame
have
him.
enough data yet, but we know that under Trump that the crime rate was actually up. We know that hate crimes were up under Trump over 300%. So I don't know what reopening Alcatraz is actually going to do for anyone. It's not going to do it. It's not, what is it going to prevent? It's going to prevent nothing. And then also in the United States, again, we have laws, man. All right. You cannot treat people inhumanely. You can't do it. You just can't do it. So what exactly is Trump trying to actually accomplish? And I feel like that's a rhetorical question, Larry, because it's just about cruelty at this point. It's not actually about rehabilitation or anything of that nature. It's literally just about cruelty. He thinks he's like the awful parent who thinks that they can beat autism out of their child. He's like the awful parent who thinks that he can beat their child into behaving well. That's not how any of this works. It's not how it works. It has to be a holistic approach to these matters. So that's why I say, Larry, he needs to figure out an actual plan to improve our systems. He can't keep just taking a lash or a whip to him and thinking that, oh, this is going to work. That's not how it works. It's just not how it works. I don't get it, Larry. I don't get it.
Well, if you look at the Democratic-run cities, you have people like Gascon in Los Angeles. Crime skyrocketed. The amount of residential break-ins, the amount of assaults, the amount of unalivings, murders skyrocketed under Gascon, who started in San Francisco as the DA, Crime skyrocketed under his liberal policies, skyrocketed. The numbers speak for themselves. He then moved to Los Angeles, became the DA of Los Angeles. There was an impeachment that failed, and it failed because they lacked the sufficient number of signatures. They needed something like 620,000 signatures, and I think they got like 800,000, but then they discarded hundreds of thousands of the signatures, saying that they did not exactly match what was on record, and it fell shy by 10,000. And then the impeachment failed. I mean, if you look at what was going on, and Gascon stayed in there, crime continued to escalate, continued to rise. Los Angeles became a very scary place. It's now turning around. Gascon's out. They have put in a Republican DA, Nathan something, who's doing a phenomenal job. Los Angeles is now getting under control. That whole state is basically turning red because they've been living under these like radical liberal policies that people no longer like. After the fires in Los Angeles, I mean, you wouldn't believe how many people are saying, you know what, from my industry, from my neighbors in California, to stay red or to say blue, I am now switching to red. Like that state could switch red because of how crime is handled with liberal policies, specifically for that.
Larry, please.
These are facts.
Okay, we can say the same about Texas. Like, who runs Texas?
I'm not talking about
Texas. No, it doesn't matter. But I'm saying we can
Obviously,
say the same about
state.
Texas. It's a red state. Abbott is the president. Abbott is a Republican. I'm sorry, the president. Jesus, I'm tired. Is the governor. I'm almost 30 minutes past my nap time. Y'all forgive me. All right. Abbott is the governor. Abbott is a Republican. All right. But the crime rate in the state of Texas, all right, increased from 2019 to 2020 by 6.6%.
Yeah, but 6.6% is not like a significant.
It is. Is it not an increase?
It's better if it goes down.
It is better but it is still an increase. It's still an increase. That's the whole point. All right. So there's many different factors that play a part. All I'm trying to say, Larry, I'm not even trying to get you to necessarily agree with anything here. I just want you to basically acknowledge that what Trump is doing, how he's going about handling immigration, isn't the right way. It's just not. He is ignoring our Constitution, all right, which if you say that you're an American and that, you know, you put America first and that you value this country, there's no way that you can support someone, you know, usurping our Constitution. You just can't. You can't respect someone and also agree with someone during going saying, you know, F the Constitution. I don't know if I have to follow it. You know, I have lawyers for that. Like the president, come on. All right. You can't be okay with that. You can't be okay with people being sent to darn going basically, you know,
El Salvador.
Camps.
I mean,
yeah, El Salvador. It's not okay.
Trump
Hector,
was
if you want to
misinformed.
hold
Trump
on one
was
moment.
misinformed, no
Hold on.
question.
Hector, if you want to come back up, you can. There he goes.
So Trump was misinformed about thinking that MS-13 was specifically written on the fingers. But did you see the tattoos and did you do any research as to like the significance of how the tattoos work?
Those aren't MS-13 tattoos, but let me get these off really quick.
Are you saying that with like conviction that you know that?
Yeah, I know they're not. Hold on one moment. Why is this not working? Jesus Christ. Hold on, Larry.
Let's talk about what the tattoos are then.
Hold on. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Shout out to my cousin Jesse for the $3. Jesse said, sir, name 5 of those liberal radical policies. Yeah. Okay. And then also Emmanuel. Hey, Emmanuel.
Zero bail.
Shout out
to Emmanuel for the $5. Emmanuel said El Paso is the 3rd safest city in the country. Majority migrant population, but yet Texas as a whole crime rate is still horrendous. Larry is full of shit. That's what he said. You know, I'm just a messenger.
Well, you know, I get you.
Larry.
You have a lot of fans here. I get it.
So, guys, shout out to Emmanuel and cousin Jesse. Drop some hearts in the chat for them. We do have a new heart sticker, so please do use it. All right, we're now $70 to goal, guys. $70. We're getting close. We're getting close. There's still over 500 of us in there. I would say, like, if like 10 of y'all just sent $7, we'll be there. All right. So, guys, thank you so much for the love, the support, and also we have Hector here. All right, Hector is one of my good friends, and Hector,
Yes,
what you come to say?
Just came up here to make 2 points. When he was
Okay.
referring to the countries that they can come to before they come to the U.S. and any type of international law or obligation that they're supposed to stop at said countries before they come here, that really doesn't exist. It's heavily dependent on whichever agreement that that country has. Are we talking EU? Are we talking Dublin? Are we talking the ACA? And no, not the Affordable Care Act, the other one. There's a couple different agreements that different countries have in regards to asylum seekers that specifically don't require that you have to stop at the nearest one before the United States. So we should probably get that out of the way first before we start making that blanket claim.
I wasn't speaking to the laws. I was saying, why can't they stop from a practical matter? If they're avoiding persecution, what's wrong with Mexico?
I would say it depends. What is the agreement with Mexico and what we have?
I'm not asking about the agreement. You have to travel. Mexico's a
Well,
pretty
the
big
agreement
country.
would be the international laws.
Why can't you stop in Mexico?
Because that would be
Thank you, guys.
dependent on the agreements that we would have with such countries.
It has nothing to do with us. They have to go to Mexico first.
But Larry, your first part was that you were mentioning international law. You were
That's where
mentioning
international
asylum
law is where asylum law came from.
But
what
that's why
defines
Hector
persecution.
is mentioning the law and mentioning agreements that these countries have, because you said that why don't they stop in what did you call it? Why didn't they stop in Mexico? All right, if international law says that they stop in the first country, then why aren't they stopping in Mexico? Is what you asked. And I was arguing that the United States has its own asylum laws. So there's that. All right, go ahead, Hector.
Other point that I wanted to make here is the Kilmar Bergo Garcia's hand above me in this picture with the correct tattoos that you'd be referencing. There is no correlation between any of these tattoos and MS-13. Never has been. Literally, the people who arrested him, the President of the United States, DHS, Christine Noem, Pam Bondi, none of them can properly correlate any of the tattoos on his fingers with the gang members, because we already know what MS-13 gang members wear and what type of tattoos that they get. It has nothing to do with the skull, with the cross, with the green leafy substance, and with the smiley
Okay,
face.
so
with the X's
let's
on it.
talk about those. What's the green leafy substance?
No one knows.
Okay, you don't think that that's? Can you say Mary Jane? Is that Mary Jane?
Mary Jane isn't
Okay.
specifically associated with MS-13,
Okay,
but sure,
what's
if
the
you want to take
second
the
one?
letter,
What's the
then go
second
ahead.
one?
The second one is a smiley face. More specifically,
Okay,
a smiley
M?
face with the eyes. Hold on, a smiley face with the eyes X'd out, which would be a separate symbol from an overall
Okay.
smiley face. But
So-
sure, you can say it's a smile that would start with
Okay,
S.
so there have been many gang experts that speak that your style of the tattoo, in order to keep it, not so explicit, you would use lettering. So something like a Mary Jane leaf to represent an M, a smiley face to represent an S. If you look at the third one, what's
Be a cross.
it looks like a 1, and then what's on the third one?
No. A cross doesn't look like a 1. It looks
A
like
cross
a cross.
doesn't look like a one.
Okay, so what's the fourth one?
The fourth one is a skull, and that is supposed to represent 3. Nothing about that picture would correlate with that number.
I'm looking at
I'm not saying this is direct
MS-13.
evidence. I'm
Hold
just
on.
saying that.
Hold on, I'm talking. I'm looking at like MS-13 members and the tats that they have. Yeah. Nah, that's not an MS-13
It
tattoo.
does not.
dude.
Well, you don't know if it is or isn't. Neither do I. It doesn't definitively
Well,
prove it.
I'm
but,
looking at
but
their
if you
tattoos,
look at
and they
many
like to do the big.
experts-
So did he have the big MS? Because they literally like to do a big old M, and then their S is like in the shape of a snake. And I'm seeing this on multiple photos. And then also they have 1-3 for 13.
So I'm trying to see where they have, you know, a cross representing a 1, a smiley face representing the S, the whatever the leaf is representing an M, and a skull representing a 3, because that doesn't even make any sense.
Okay. Has he ever been caught in company of MS-13 members?
Supposedly so, but that hasn't been verified.
It's not supposedly. It's not supposedly.
Was
a
it
police
verified?
report. I actually read
check this out. He absolutely has. I know exactly what you're talking about, Larry.
2019. It was in Hyattsville, Maryland. It was in a Home Depot parking lot, and he was with.
You mean where he was waiting to get some work?
He was in with multiple proven.
That make him a gang member.
Members.
Yeah.
So Larry,
he was looking for work.
Hey, Larry, allow Hector to speak.
All the people that were arrested in a Home Depot parking lot looking for work, some of them were alleged to be MS-13
Did it say that?
gang
Did you
members.
read the police report?
Yes, I did read the police report.
Did not say that. Bring up the police report where it says they were looking for work.
I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. What? No, of course, the police report didn't say they were looking for work.
Okay, so how do you know that we're looking for work?
Because that's what he said. Hey, Larry. Because that's what he said.
That's what he said. Okay, then it must be true. Okay,
no one's saying that it's true. The point is that there is no direct correlation between him being there associated with MS-13 gang members trying to get up to some bullshit. It was
for you
more
to think that it's evidence that it's true because he said that?
Lot looking for work because that's what he did quite regularly. And there was other members or alleged members who were there who would also be of his field of undocumented migrants who were there also, which, to be clear, I don't even know if they were actual MS-13 members or not, but let's say that they were. The problem is you scooping up brown people based off the fact that they're in a parking lot looking for work and labeling them all as MS-13 gang members.
Really looking for work. There's no evidence of that. Just because he said that's why I was there with those MS-13 guys, that does not mean that it's proof that they were looking for work in the Home Depot parking lot, number one. All of the people that were questioned that day were all affiliated and had multiple criminal convictions as part of the MS-13 gang. So if he's not an MS-13 member, he's certainly hanging out with all MS-13 members.
That doesn't make him an MS-13 member, though. They were basically people looking for day labor that particular day, and they so happened to be picked up by ICE.
That's what they're saying. That's what they're claiming. And you know, this is getting a lot of attention, this one particular case. And when you let that many people in through an open border, there's going to be issues with deportation. And if this guy is not part of MS-13, then that's unfortunate. That really is unfortunate. But when the
judges found that he wasn't, though, and even the Supreme Court found that he wasn't. That's why he was issued, because he feared retribution from Barrio 18, that gang. He's not a part of a gang. His family's business owners down there in El Salvador, and that's why he was issued the withholding order to not be deported to El Salvador. All right, because he was able to prove that he feared for his life, that his life was in danger if returned back home. And so again, Larry, I say unto you, all right, this is not about actually improving immigration. This is not about helping people. It's literally about the cruelty.
All right, so according to you liked Reagan's policy that allowed people that are within good standing of the community.
Yeah, it was a pathway.
Yeah, you like that. So can we talk about the court filings and the protective order requests that came from his wife?
I would love to talk about that, but I want to ask you one more question because
hold on.
You're alleging to be super familiar with this case.
I'd love to talk about that.
Let's no over talking.
Don't interrupt.
You're alleging.
Before you came up here, we were having a nice conversation where we listened and we didn't interrupt each other. So
I haven't gotten to use the voice in so long. This feels great. All right. No over talking, guys. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna read this off from Emmanuel. All right. We're gonna go back.
Okay, we're back. All right, thank you. All right, shout out to Emmanuel for the 5. Emmanuel said, if we're literally doing Morse code type decryption on friggin' tattoos to determine criminality without ever any due process, and Larry doesn't see the problem with that process, he needs to get his head out of the sand. I mean, that's fair. I don't have any tattoos. All right. But like Larry, do you have any tattoos?
I don't.
You don't? All right. Hector, do you have any tattoos? I'm trying to remember. No. Hector, do you have any tattoos? Oh, Hector's. I don't think he can answer. All right.
Hold up. My mic is tripping. There we go.
Okay.
I did not yet.
No tattoos. Okay. All right. So like, listen here, guys. I want to get a tattoo, right? I really do. And I think this is the year that I'm finally gonna do it. Like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get a tattoo. All right. One of my favorite sayings is if you want to be happy, be. It's by Tolstoy. It's a quote from Tolstoy. All right. I really want to get it. Like, if you want to be happy, right here, and then be. Just right there. It's absolutely insane. Super corny, even. But what if someone was like, hey, that's a gang affiliated tattoo? That's all they said. All they have to say is, that's a gang affiliated tattoo. No rhyme, no reason, no due process.
Well,
and I'm
Erica,
about to pay.
if you were hanging out with
about it.
gang members, and
Oh
if,
my
and if you had
gosh.
no, if you had a record that included assault on multiple occasions, including
He didn't have assault on multiple occasions. Stop that.
absolutely did. That's a fact.
Stop it.
Maybe you have to look that up because that's a fact. That is uncontroversial, undisputed fact. Do you want me to pull up the actual court order from him? He basically threatened to kill his wife, unalive his wife.
Hector's going to talk to you about this one because I'm not the expert on it. I would have to look into it. But hold on, Larry. Here's the thing. Basically, what is happening is Trump is setting the groundwork to where anyone could be falsely accused of something because he's already talked about deporting, American, not even deporting because you can't deport a citizen. He's already talking about exiling citizens. All right. And just basically someone claiming that this person is a part of a gang is enough to, get them out of the country. That's not okay. That is going against, if you claim to even be a Christian, that is going against everything that you believe in because it's cruel and humane punishment. It does not make sense. It doesn't make sense whatsoever. So again, I think that Donald Trump not, following due process and allowing people their day in court is definitely not about improving immigration in this country. It is about being as cruel as he possibly can be. But if you and Hector want to talk about Kilmar Rodriguez Garcia criminal record or lack thereof,
I mean,
the floor is
it's
yours.
not a lack thereof. I mean,
It's
this
a
is the
lack
stuff
thereof.
that he's been caught for. So his wife, Jennifer Vasquez Sura, there's been multiple documented cases of violence against her. Here's one of the quotes that Sura told her ex-mother-in-law. Even if he unalived her, is what Abrejo said. Even if he unalived her, quote, no one can do anything to him. This is during the death threat. And she filed a police report to report this death threat.
But she did take it back. She didn't want to file charges. And then also another thing, she's
So you think she made it
advocating
up?
for him to come back home.
I know, but do you think she made that up?
Is
She was
the one
scared
who
for her
she
life.
said she is the one who said out of her own mouth that she overreacted, Larry. She said that out of her own mouth.
Okay,
And
well,
she wants him to come back home.
That doesn't mean he didn't do that.
She is, and this has been said before, but that man is out of the country. He has no way to get back in the United States of America unless it's facilitated by the United States government. All right. If she were so afraid of him, if she did not want him, home with her and their children, why would she be advocating for him to come back to the States? That doesn't make sense. You can't make that make sense.
I mean, it makes perfect sense. I don't see how it's unexpected at all. I mean, this is the mother of her children. How many people do you know that are in situations of domestic abuse where they protect the abuser? It's an epidemic. It's very
They protect
the
yes, people, and guys, this is a trigger warning. So again, I do understand if anyone needs to leave, it's totally understandable. But that is when the abuser is still in the home. That is when the abuser still has access to them. And that is totally, totally understandable that they may, say, yeah, I want him here. They may do that. But that isn't the case here. The case here is that this man is in a whole ass another country, Larry. He has no chance of coming back to the United States unless it's done by the United States government.
And the reason why none of that shit matters is because ultimately, even if he knocked her out several times, which I don't fucking approve of, it wouldn't be applicable to his deportation. That would be a completely separate charge and offense,
What he did
and still wouldn't warrant sending him off to El Salvador or any other country.
Where over 10 million people have come in illegally, and when Trump was
Hey, you can go back to that. We're talking about Garcia.
First came
We're going back to Garcia and wrongful deportation.
There was all sorts
and the
of
violation of the Constitution. Okay, now you're interrupting me because I wasn't done. So you can go ahead and pipe down for a little bit. Kilmar Abrego Garcia was wrongfully deported to El Salvador. It is currently the President of the United States of America versus SCOTUS who said they need to bring his ass back. And now he's trying to play games with it. Not to mention just recently, every single Republican voted on behalf of that resolution or whatever the fuck not, where we can now deport US citizens or moving the needle forward towards deporting American citizens. So now it's not going to take much for anyone to go out in public and see a tattoo or a hoodie or whatever and associate it with gang membership.
Exactly.
So that means any one of us at any given point in time can then be deported if this happens. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The exact same tactics that they've used against my community, Erica's community, for all this time is now being applied to immigrants, and no one seems to give a shit. And since you want to talk so much about these records and how they used it to label him a criminal and whatnot, do you recall what they used to identify him as a MS-13 gang member?
So
how they arrested him? Do you recall that report?
I would say we're in the weeds here.
Do you recall what's in the report? Simple question.
In the weeds,
simple
and
answers.
I don't think it.
No.
Furthers the conversation.
You can't complain about the weeds now because
no,
you brought
because
the weeds
to
up.
make sense of
You
this
literally
argument, I think
said.
we need to zoom
You
out.
literally said, "Hey."
I think
Did you read the report? You said you guys didn't read the report. There's this, there's that. So
well,
now,
I
since
honestly
you read
don't
the
have that
report,
much time to keep having this.
Larry, since you said you read the report, I'm going to ask you a simple question. Do you want to know the metrics that they used to label him an MS-13 gang member?
I would love to zoom out.
Okay, don't care. So they used a Chicago Bulls hoodie. A Chicago Bulls hoodie to identify that with MS-13.
It's not
so now your favorite sports
so
your favorite sports teams can now be used to label you a criminal.
So Larry,
and you're justifying that.
Okay, look, can we zoom out? I mean,
what are we zooming out to, Larry?
We are zooming out to the fact that when Trump, it was a couple months ago that you on TikTok Live, Erica, every single Democrat thought that there was going to be martial law, was saying, how are we going to pay for a mass deportation? It's going to cost $1 trillion, according to economists. A mass deportation. Everybody thought that there was going to be martial law, farmers being arrested and taken into like tanks. And there was so much fear mongering around mass deportation, the largest domestic deportation.
No one said it was going to cost $1 trillion at one time.
All people made that argument all day long. They said it's been estimated at $1 trillion.
Erica and I never made those arguments. How about you talk to Erica and I, and not on behalf
I've heard.
Democrats
Okay, maybe
on
you guys didn't. There was a lot of Democrats that thought they said that there were some estimations that it was going to be $1 trillion or however much. They said, how are we going to afford this? The point is, part of Trump's policy is deportation, and he is trying to do a large deportation. And
no one here is against deportation.
We are never.
No one here is against deportation, Larry. I don't know why you're talking as if we are. No one here cares if violent criminals are deported out of the country rightfully.
Okay, there's a lot of people that are sitting in jail cells for things that they didn't do. That will always, unfortunately, be the case.
What about children? What about the babies? The 2-year-old.
I think children should be protected.
The 10-year-old cancer patient.
Yeah,
the 7-year-old, the 8-year-old.
I have a lot more empathy for children. I really do.
They've been deported without due process. Our most vulnerable population.
That's not right. We have children going to who are being allowed due process, going to court hearings by themselves without a guardian, like children. Do we think that we don't think that's okay, do we?
I have the most empathy for children, honestly, that
Do
have
we
no
think
record.
that that's okay? Yes or no, Larry?
I said before, I don't think it's okay to not have due process for everybody. I think everybody should have due process. But at the same time, we're dealing with a situation where there's over 10 million people that have recently come into the country. So these are unprecedented times. And sometimes it calls for unprecedented circumstances. I don't think we should bypass due process.
I change it, and but I don't think that you do care, Larry, because you just sat here and you were defending people not being allowed due process. You were defending that. But then also on the other side of that, Larry, here's the thing. And I feel like a broken record.
He had a flawed record. I was saying that it's not black and white with this guy. It's just not.
Can we stop saying 10 million people are residing in this country? You're referring to the report that went at 10 million encounters or border crossings. That's not residents who came and stayed here. I'm sure you know the difference between crossings and encounters.
So, Erica, it was nice to talk to you.
You can leave.
We can agree to disagree on a lot of things. That's okay. It's always nice to talk to you.
Yeah. I thank you for stopping by. Are you leaving?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's almost 11 here, so I got to get to bed.
Oh, not you telling me where you at.
I'm on the West Coast now.
I'm on the West Coast too, Larry.
Are you really?
Yeah. You already knew that.
Oh,
Pay
wait.
attention.
Yeah, you're. Oh, you know what's funny? I was in Phoenix.
You were in Phoenix?
I was in Phoenix.
Okay. All right. And you didn't tell me? That's crazy.
There's a phenomenal restaurant in Phoenix. I can't remember the name. It's called like Boca Doro or something. It's a small Mexican restaurant. It's the best Mexican restaurant, maybe in the country. It won a James Beard Award. It's very hard to get into. Place up. I'll send you a message. I think it's called like Boca Doro or something.
Okay. I'll look it up. I
Phenomenal.
tell everyone, and you've probably been here already. Okay, for a lot of people that don't know and don't understand, all right, Larry and I do not agree on a lot of things. All right, we don't agree, but we do talk. Okay, so there's that. All right, we do talk. So, anywho, I tell everyone about this restaurant. I think it's in the Camelback area because I still don't know directions. But next time you're here, go to Maple and Ash. Have you been there yet?
Maple and Ash. I haven't heard of that.
Oh my gosh.
What is that?
Freaking best restaurant ever. It's just an awesome restaurant. It's just so awesome. Like everything is just good there. The seafood tower, like their wine list, their steaks, their everything, their lamb. The lamb is absolutely magnificent. Just go to Maple and Ash. I think you'll like it.
Okay, here's what it's called. Bacanora. Bacanora.
Okay.
Check that place out. It's hard to get into.
Okay, I typed it.
But it is it's literally the best Mexican food I've ever had on the planet.
All right.
It's a huge wait to get in there, but you'll get in.
Okay.
Take your son. You guys will love it.
John is wait, who's John? I don't know who that is. Bubba is a little foodie. Okay, Larry, there's one more message for you. All right. Jesse, actually two more messages. Jesse said he's still waiting for those 5 policies in Los Angeles. And Emmanuel said that you don't give a fuck about kids. You're a party looking to pass laws in Indiana to remove consent being taught. Oh my God. And Smeck said lowering age of consent, bathroom checks, and other foul things. Yikes. What the hell is wrong with Republicans?
Somebody just said, I don't have the right to eat Mexican food. I mean, come on. We need to start working toward undividing the country. I don't represent all Republicans. I don't represent all MAGA, but like the reason I like your live is because you're very reasonable. You have an open mind. You can be curious, and we can have conversations. We don't have to agree on everything. But I think we need to move toward a world where things are just a little bit more empathetic on both sides. For people to think that every single thing that Republicans do, I somehow support. Like, we can't just think that about people. Like, I just came in here. 99% of your crowd has no idea who I am. You really don't have any idea who I am. I'm just coming in here having a conversation, and for people to have this automatic viewpoint on me, it's the same thing thinking that I believe that everything Trump is doing is correct. Ed Koch in the 1970s said, if you agree with, and he was the mayor of New York City, and he said, if you agree with 9 out of 12 things that I'm running on, vote for me. If you agree with 12 out of 12,
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
talking
If
more
you-
to your audience that's
I
making these
know.
comments.
I know. They know though. But here's the thing, right? If this was like Romney or McCain, even friggin' God, that awful warmonger Bush.
I get it. He has an off-putting personality. I get it.
He is not his personality. The man is a piece of poop. All right. It's his policies, man. His policies cause harm. They cause harm. All right. Like it'll be how can I put this in a way that like makes sense? It'll be different if like we were in a war and we were basically at a war. I don't know. I don't even like what Bush did. Like fuck Bush. Fuck Bush. Fuck both of them. All right. Listen, Trump is simply a bad president. He's a bad person. He's just bad all around. Everything that he does is not with the intent of actually doing good and helping anyone other than himself and those like him enrich themselves. That is it. All right. That to me, tis it, tis all. All right.
I have to leave, but I'll just make one comment
Yeah.
as to why I don't think that's true. So everything he did on Liberation Day, he knew that was going to take down the markets. $10 trillion was lost in 3 days. Well, guess who that hurts? The quote unquote oligarch. No, it disproportionately hurts the billionaires, the oligarchy, the people that supposedly are lining their pockets with Trump.
Larry.
It's the opposite. That was an American first policy that was meant to reshore and spawn domestic production. I don't think it was very well thought through, but that was an American first intention. It's shocking
Absolutely
to me
not,
that the
Larry.
Democrats aren't more on board with that. They should be very happy.
No. Everyday Americans, people like me when I had a job. All right. People like me. We lost like money in our darn on pensions and 401ks. We saw them drop.
Well,
That's not an
it's almost
America
50%
first.
been recovered, and it's only been
That's
30
not
days.
an American
It's
first
going to
policy.
be. I promise
And-
you, it'll be back to 100% in probably 60 days.
Go to sleep, Larry. Go to bed, Joseph. If anyone
All right.
gets that reference, go to sleep, Larry.
All right,
Next
good
time.
talking to you.
All right, good day. All right, I'm gonna call it, y'all. I'm tired. I'm so tired. I can't. I can't. I'm exhausted. What is that? Another 5. All right, so we got down to $58 to go. I'll take it. I think that's pretty close. All right, that's close enough for me. I'm good. I'm good. All right. Thank you all so much. Hector, you got anything?
And I didn't judge him because he voted for Trump. I judged him because of the stupid shit he said on this platform. Very big difference.
Like Larry, it's such a hard one with him. Like Larry, like I've spoken to him about things outside of politics, and it's like it's not so bad. But when it comes to politics, it's like, God damn it, Larry. damn it, Larry. And it's like, it's tough. It's tough. That's my dichotomy.
I am legitimately, of all the stuff that Trump says and does, very few of any of his ideas actually concern me, to be honest with you. SAVE Act is a problem and some other things of that nature. But this recent report with the Republicans voting to deport U.S. citizens,
yes,
we know exactly who that's for.
Exactly.
And let's be fucking real. Larry does not have a goddamn thing to worry about.
Nothing.
Erica and I do.
Yes.
Undocumented migrants, even brown citizens here, do. We will be the targeted demographic. We always are.
Yep.
So it's a whole lot of fucking privilege for white people to come up on these platforms and not be concerned with these things. And it must be nice. I would love to trade places. That's all. Erica, love to see you back doing what you do best.
I don't want you to trade places. You got to stay Hector.
Listen, I'm just saying, I could do wonders with blonde hair and blue eyes. All right, I'd be dangerous.
You just have you're so silly. Get out of here. Draw some hearts in the chat for Hector, y'all. Draw some hearts in the chat. Thank you, bro, for coming up. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Awesome. All right, guys. Oh, let's go night. I gotta take my evening nap.
I stayed an hour later. That's a lot for me. All right, it's time to go to sleep. All right, guys. Thank you so very much for stopping by. I appreciate each and every last one of you for stopping by. I'm glad you all like the new background. I couldn't figure out how to make the sticker smaller. I'll be fixing that soon. But I thank you so very much. Oh, I wanted to do something. Just in case you missed it from the beginning. All right, just in case you missed it from jump, I do want to go over something that I said earlier. And with this in mind, please understand that there will always be full transparency. Again, guys, hi, I'm Erica. I'm almost 60. Okay, I'll tell you the truth. I'm 38. All right, I'll be 39 at the end of the month. Literally, May 31st, I'll be 39 years old. All right, it's 519 people in here. If you did not hear that, then you just happened to miss it. All right. From here on out, I'm almost 60. Okay. But yes, I am the mom of an amazing 11-year-old who is like the funniest kid ever. And also, it's May 31st, Emmanuel. And he's also the best social media manager I've ever had. All right. So shout out to Bubba. All right. I recently lost my job. So anything that you donate here, whether it be a gift or it be via the pay links, definitely goes to helping out. Also, because I am trying to build a community based on kindness, giving, and sharing, we will be doing different types of drives. We'll be doing charity initiatives, also voter registration initiatives. We'll be doing a lot of different types of things. I'm moving this into I'm moving this away from certain things, and I really want to focus on community and how. Oh, awesome, Emmanuel! Great, almost birthday twins. But shout out to my birthday twin Corey in the chat. Really trying to move this towards how we can be better in our communities and better for each other. So I do want to read you this statement that I did come up with earlier today, and then we're gonna call it a night. But yeah, so. All right. I've always envisioned a platform rooted in purpose, a space dedicated to uplifting others, creating meaningful change, and fostering a true sense of community. A foundation built on generosity, compassion, and service, where we come together to make a difference in the lives of those around us. Whether through food drives, toy drives, support for survivors of DV, voter registration initiatives, or countless other acts of kindness, this platform has never been about competition or drama. It has always been about heart. From this moment forward, the Love stand for community, one founded on love, free from gossip, jealousy, and envy, a movement driven by kindness where every action is rooted in empathy and the unwavering belief that together we can create something extraordinary. I am deeply grateful to all who continue to be proud loves and to those who will join us in this renewed commitment to activism, service, and genuine human connection. This is our mission, and together we will move forward with love. All right. So with that said, guys, thank you so much for being a part of the community. Thank you so much for being a love. I appreciate y'all. Starting the 15th. So for me, it's still 11 days. Starting the 15th, we're going to start our bottled water drive. All right. I'll just keep you updated on that. I'm going to see if there's a way for me to get bottled water delivered because I live in Phoenix. All right. I live in Phoenix and it's hot. I always say it's just hot. Hot as the devil's armpit out here. Okay. It's just hot. So with that being said, people can definitely use water to stay hydrated out here. And we will definitely be doing a bottled water drive. Either people can send bottled water, like order bottled water, or we can do donations, and I'll be totally transparent to where I'm going to show you where your money went, because it's going to go to Costco or it's going to go to Fry's. That's where we're getting the water from, Costco or Fry's. I don't mind posting receipts because I want everyone to know where their money has gone. All right. So there's that part. And with that, guys, I'm about to play, I think the song that we played earlier is definitely going to be like our outro also, because it just speaks to me. It speaks to me. Kendrick, this song, you know, it speaks to me. It does. It really does. And if I can get, my Amazon Music to open up, I'll play it. But I don't think it's going to open. There we go. It opened. Now or Never. Kendrick Lamar featuring Mary J. Blige. Yeah. I am Oak Tree. Thank you.
All right, guys. So thank you so very much for being here tonight. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all because y'all could be anywhere else in the world, but you decided to be here with me. And for that, I thank you. All right. Y'all took care of all the gift goals. We got up to what, 234,000 likes? What a fantastic night. We shared the live. We took care of the panel. We did all the good things tonight, guys. So I appreciate y'all so very much. I'm going to leave you with this as I always do. If you can't be kind to yourselves, be
communicating in the chat, talking, saying what's up. Gifts help, but there's other ways as well. Stephanie! What up, Stephanie? Hello. How are you, madam? Yes, also sub if you can. Sub. If anyone can subscribe, it's literally just $2.99 to subscribe. So not bad at all. Marley, welcome back, Marley. What you doing, girl? All right, on doubles we play, chat. On doubles we play. Work together, guys. Work together. Got you, bro. Let's go. Yeah, we're trying to get our subs up. We're trying to get to 50 subs, Alejo. All right, doubles. Is that our Texas queen? Is that our Texas queen in the freaking house? Is that her, chat? I think it is. Chat. Oh, bro, thank you for the heart me. Savage Squad, thank you for the heart me. Oh, what up, Marley girl? What you doing? Guys, we got another queen in the chat, you guys. We got another queen in the chat. This is around the time. This is around the time where the chat gets. This is around the time where the chat gets dangerous. This is where the chat gets dangerous when the queens start rolling in. I told y'all, chat, we might have been down bad for just a little bit, but I said it'll be coming around the mountain when they come. Tina, what up, Tina? Guys, drop your heart me's. Wait, Marley, join the team. Let's make it official. Join the team. I don't think you have a heart me here. You definitely have more queens than kings. No, we actually do, bro. I'm telling you, and like no one competes. When like they're all here, there's only been like one or two times where we've had like multiple queens in the chat all at the same time. And when we did, it was Bad News Bears. I think it was the night that like Mama Bear was in here. Bozy, thank you. Mama Bear was in here. And then a couple, I can't remember who else. It was like Mama Bear, Meg was in here. It was like 3 or 4 of like the queens in the chat. And it was not good news for anybody. It was literally not good news for anybody. Tori, let's freaking go, chat. We're trying to fill up the gift gallery. So Tori, you just sent the gym guns. You just sent the gym guns. We're trying to do the regular money guns. We still need those. We still need a Leon the Kitten. We still need the 2 whales. Let's try to finish our gift gallery tonight, chat. Imagine we finish it tonight. Imagine. Let's freaking go, baby. Chat, let's get. Oh, there we go. Tori, there we go. I think we need 4 of those. I think maybe. Alejo. Guys, what the freaking teamwork, bro? What the freaking teamwork, dude? Oh my gosh. MV freaking P Marley, chat. Marley got no power-ups. I don't even know. Marley, are you still in here? MV freaking P Marley. Tori, you got a glove. Let's go. Deep Dark got Lightning Bolt. Alejo, Dobby, Tina, Celtics, Bozy, Anna, Bernard. Everybody working together. Let's freaking go, chat. Let's see if we can bring someone in. Change it up a little bit. Like, do you like...
I will.
Okay, let me see. Who do you have anyone that would be good? I mean, I have Chris.
Chris different?
Yeah, but I don't know. Where's Parker been? Parker has been in my.
Is he ever coming back?
Well. Listen, I know you're close to podium, all these things, but are you here to give us a battle or what?
Are you like requesting me because you're gonna give me a battle?
Yeah, boy, I've been giving everybody a battle. Everyone's been getting walked. All right, I just got on 5 minutes ago, and I've been having all kinds of things fly across my screen. How about that?
Idea. we make the house pitch black and we play hide and seek. And whoever seeks has to go all the way outside first.
Where the F is the whale?
And you have the whole house to hide.
Michelle. Hi,
But
Michelle.
pitch black.
Pitch black.
No, you can't see
God.
nothing.
But we played on live.
But
Like,
it's,
we
yeah,
both have
that's
our...
the
All right,
point.
let's go.
But I think we need blackout curtains for the.
Hey, you want to bring it? You want to do bring a fourth in, Chris, or you want to?
turn everything black? You can't see shit.
Hi, Big Papa.
Chris, you want to bring a fourth in here, or do you want to do this?
Hold on, let me see if I can find a fourth.
Battle. We are going to in just a second. Michelle, thank you for the taps and the follow. Oh, brother, Nature. Hello, Nature.
Dad, when you refer to me, dumbass. Dad, when you refer to me. You be like, yo, Dad.
Ain't nobody
be like,
calling
what's
you
up, Dad? Hey, Dad. Hey,
boy.
Dad. Missed you, Dad.
All right, no,
Dad. Dad,
you
need
were
new
Dad, you'd be a
shoes.
horrible Dad.
Be like,
Let's go.
Dad, I need new shoes. How about that, dummy? How about Dad, I need new shoes, dummy?
All right, maybe I will call you Dad if you send me some shoes. Let's go.
Oh,
wait, are we doing teams or y'all want to do singles like this?
It don't matter to me.
Honestly, I like being by myself.
Of course you do.
I'm alone.
Everyone tap my screenshot.
Welcome to just being here.
Hey, yo, if you like being by yourself, I got that dummy standing behind you,
said,
Chris.
welcome to just being here. What?
If you like being by yourself, I get that dummy standing right next to you.
No, because I gave him a pair of shoes once and he don't leave me alone.
Oh no!
Oh, is that Hamza?
I found him in the middle of the street. Whoa, bro, stop.
You have a friend sitting there?
That, bro.
Bro, you're gonna get me in trouble holding it.
What are you You want it?
Everyone tap my screen.
Why are you telling? Whoa! Watch
Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa!
What's up, Tiggs?
I swear, guys.
Give me 1 second.
Hi, Big Papa.
BRB.
How far do I need to
Bonito. Hello, sir.
You just gotta go down.
Hello, sir.
This sucks.
Everyone tap, you guys. Everyone tap. Chat. Everyone tap.
If I had the desk up.
Let's fry these guys.
Hold
That's
on,
his.
Freddie in second place.
That's his Papi Chulo. I don't know about that.
I swear.
Yo, Mike, do you ever put on some like cool clothes or anything?
No, ever put on cool clothes? Do you ever put on clothes?
No.
And what is Hamza saying to me?
That is your cool clothes.
Bro, you have a white t-shirt on. Shut up talking to me.
Guys,
You got a
I think
cookie
I
brown
read that.
sweater. What the fuck is the difference?
Corey!
He got 5K.
Oh, let's go. Before the speed.
Yeah, before the doubles.
Before the doubles, they don't even know what
That's
they're
what
doing.
it is, guys.
Oh,
Roses,
and she can
roses.
cook you on the doubles. Guys, everybody go. 3 roses shot.
Yeah,
What's up,
cookie
Lucky?
dinner.
Guys, roses, roses,
Out in that
roses,
kitchen,
roses.
baby.
Celtics. There we go.
She could do.
Stephanie, one more rose shot. One more rose. Stephanie or Tori, they're talking about you saying that you did it before the doubles, but they don't know you, that you can like fry them up when the doubles come. They don't know what's up, Tori. They don't know what's up. Hold on, guys. Let me I have them muted for a second. Let me see. 1 sec. All right, here we go.
You don't know how to cook food?
Why is she saying it like I said?
Yeah, she's
like,
not good at this.
Oh,
She's
I
not
don't know
good
how
at-
to cook.
Where does she prosper?
Yeah, like what are you
Cassie,
talking
I just
about?
want
I
to
know, Tori. I know.
I mean, you guys asked me for a reason. Why'd you ask?
Because this isn't working out. I was just trying to see if you'd be good as a housewife, because obviously you trying to put work in. Not
Oh, they're trying to see if you could be a housewife. Is crazy.
Muted.
Shot, double shot, double. Fry up Christopher.
Guys, you
Fry
get
him
off
up.
21.
Double.
What is happening?
Sip and scroll with a gym gun. Sip and scroll. Thank you, chat.
Oh
Everyone-
shit!
double shot,
Oh my
double.
gosh! Everybody help!
Who has a Leon McKitten?
Double shot,
Oh.
double.
Leon
Party
McKitten.
on the 9.
That's what I'm
Who
saying.
Chat, I
has
go out,
one?
chat. I'm slacking, bro.
All right.
The real Tory.
Leon McKitten. Leon McKitten. Leon McKitten.
Shit,
Puts us
chat,
back in
No, I
the
got the
game.
real Tory.
Leon McKitten puts us back in the game.
How are you? What's up,
Yeah,
friend?
I'm gonna stay doing this.
How you doing? How's everybody doing, chat? How's everybody?
Chat, party on and on their matas. Or whatever we need to win. Let's freaking go. W Tory in the chat, you guys. Hi, Sean.
How's everybody feeling, chat? Yo,
The bad news in here.
How's everybody feeling? Obviously, they're not feeling too well.
Amanda, how's work treating you? How's everything?
They're not feeling too well over there. I'll tell you that much.
I'm good, organic. I'm pretty good. Can't complain.
Chat, man,
Bye, what
20
about-
seconds.
What are you laughing at?
Guys,
Not
we're
you.
50K. Chat, we're 50K away from vote. We could get a mill, chat. Oh my God, we could get a mil. We're at 925.
Oh, Tori, let's go.
We could
Tori,
get
fry him
place.
up. Go, Tori.
Yeah.
But realistically, Chad, we could get into second place, bro.
We're not getting in second place. Let's go. Tori, need one more for the gallery.
A million bed. I'm not gonna lie. If we get a mil, it's a Monday. We could get a podium day.
Gary Rocha, hi Gary. She found the whales. She found the whales. Tori!
Bro, let's get first place on the back. I'm changing.
Tori! Tori, let's go. Cook these little small fries, Tori. Cook them.
Kalissa. Hi, Kalissa.
We just need to make sure we beat Chris.
Hi,
Amara.
Kalissa. Thank you for the heart, me, Kalissa.
She said, where the F are these whales, bro?
Sapphire,
up,
baby.
Okay, guys,
What's
he's
up,
catching
what
up.
everybody?
Bugs.
Well, just at the union.
No, and it wasn't to you. How do
What's
you
up,
feel?
girl?
Tell us.
She was just in here too.
No, he said boring. I'll find someone else. Hi, Jim.
I've never seen him send the union.
Yeah, 3
What up,
seconds,
Tim T?
guys.
Damn, it said you came in after you heard me.
Guys, we lost.
Oh, thank you, organic. Brr. Thank you, organic.
Damn, how's Miami?
Let's go. Chad, W Tori, bro.
Damn,
Tori
how's
is
Miami?
different,
Who's
Chad.
up?
Tori is different, y'all. Tori is different. Can everyone put W Tori in the chat? And we freaking beat Tori. She is different, chat. Can everybody else get in on the action and just not watch, chat? Let's go. Everybody else get in on the action, chat. Get in on the action, chat. It's fun when we play together. Envy freaking P Tori. She's an absolute queen, bro. Absolute queen.
Run it back, y'all.
Be a game, Chris. Different. This is not podium energy, all right?
Bro said this is not podium energy, bro.
It's not, boy.
Winning is podium energy, dummy. Winning is podium energy. That's what we
Give
got.
me a battle. We're bored. We're snoring over here. We want to see podium energy. We want to see you.
You want to see what?
Unis is what we want to see, brother Nature.
You don't see unis, dummy.
I do see unis. What do you see? You see money guns over there. Everyone's out my screen.
We see big shit over here.
No, you don't, bro. You see 3 tappers is what you see.
I'm not gonna lie, chat. Getting first place on the back would be crazy.
Everyone's happy, guys. The next thing we need is a party on
God
the
willing,
front.
chat. God willing. God willing. And fucking, you know, it's all up
Diving
to
part,
us.
I am weak. No, she found the diving well.
Double tap, double
Yeah,
tap,
we
double
got.
tap.
Okay, guys.
She kinda looks
Oh,
like
Stephanie
Drake.
is still here, you guys. Stephanie, let's go. I didn't even know you were in here, Stephanie. Well, I saw you pop and drop your heart me. I'm glad to see that you were still here. And W freaking Alejo, bro. Alejo's still up in here.
We're not having a good time in here.
No, she's not having a good time, chat.
Like my views are trash.
Does anybody listen? Does anybody see all of the emotes?
Okay, so look. So Tori, this time, if you want to do something, just wait to the speed. I know I miss Damien. He commented on my video like today. So I don't know. What else do we need? The live goal is the Alejo, let's go. Our live goal is the is also sorry, I was looking at something, my bad. The live goal is also the is a part of the gift gallery. That's I'm pinning stuff in the gift gallery. I'm pinning what we need in the gift gallery at the top. Chat 4 roses, chat 4 roses, 4 roses. Send a minute. What up, bro? How are you? Chat 3 roses. Everyone drop me a rose. Everyone drop me a rose. Hi, Melissa. Tori, there we go. One more rose, one more rose, one more rose. Amara, there we go. Boom. Toxic Talk Tease. Thank you for the rose. Thank you. Oh, Alejo, let's go, bro. Let's go. All right, everything is doubles right here, chat. 20 seconds to buy one, get one free, chat.
All the fireworks, because
Doubles!
Buy one, get one free, you guys. Buy one, get one free, chat.
Doubles, guys. Let's go.
Guys, doubles.
Buy one, get one free, chat.
Doubles, guys. Doubles.
Yeah, guys, cook them here. Stephanie! There we go.
Double.
Guys, double chat. This is where we cook them, chat. This is where we cook them. Alejo, there you go, Alejo.
I'm the problem.
Billy, big fireworks. Stop fire with the money gun. There we go. That's a good game. Jamie, finally, welcome to the fucking party.
Everybody go crazy.
Welcome to the party. I've been waiting on you.
No, he said you can get out of the kitchen now. Tori.
Nah, never said that. Don't give her too much.
No.
Yeah, that's you guys.
After hearing that she's not good in the kitchen, I don't want her in there anymore.
Ash.
Did you hear
Scar
that?
baby and organic.
It's fine. I
Oh
want
my
to
god, I feel so bad, y'all.
Toxic talk. Let's go.
Good morning.
Somebody,
Good morning,
somebody people sent me gifts. I
Stephanie.
thank you so much, y'all.
Who has a Leon McKay?
No one has
Thank
a
you,
Leon.
Scar
bro.
baby.
Nobody in your chat.
Nobody
has
has a
a fucking
Leon,
hand mark
okay?
to their name at
But
this
we have party on and on, so
Who?
we're gonna get it on
Mike?
all of you guys' head. We have party on and on. How about that?
Scar baby, thank you, Scar baby.
Bro,
Oh
I'm
my
not
god, I
gonna
feel
lie,
so
your
bad.
fucking room looks like a party on and on.
It does look like a party on and
It
on.
looks
What
like
does
a
yours look
shitty
like?
party. You know what it looks like? It
Hey,
looks
what
like
does
those middle
yours
school
look like, bro? But
or
a
those
freak show.
elementary
Is that
school
Diddy
parties
show
where
over
you need
there?
chaperones
Is that a
that
Diddy
might-
show over there, Chris? Is that a Diddy show over there, Chris? Different in the West what it looks like? You got oil under that bed, boy?
What
are you
the
doing if you
fuck?
went there?
No, I had oil
Huh?
on top of that bed yesterday.
Huh?
That's why
What's
I don't
going
have
on over there, bro?
Oh.
What's going on over there?
You're having a Diddy party over there?
Let the people out, bro. Let them out. I know they're in the closet.
Join. Mike wants to join. Mike wants to join.
No, I don't want to join, bro. Why would I ever want
Everyone
to
drop the Diddy party emote right now in the chat. Diddy party emote right now in the chat.
No, he does have a Diddy party over there, chat. It's true, you guys. I knew it. Chat, 40 seconds, you
Hi,
guys.
action. You leveled up. You have a Leon McKitten.
Level up.
Leon McKitten.
Level up.
Let me see.
No, don't we love when people come into our chats and they leveled up, but it wasn't on us? Chat 30 seconds and we call them out. No,
What's up,
you
Kathy?
leveled up, but it wasn't on me.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, this is a good
Never
place to
plays
level
in
up
here.
at. We have fun.
Never plays in here.
Oh, true. Chat, 20 seconds, you guys. Fry them up, y'all. We only have 20 seconds left, chat.
It's a good level up place. I'm not gonna lie, chat. I think I will.
Glove. What's up, dudes,
I
guys?
should get a
Glove,
bubble
glove,
machine.
glove, 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 glove,
I think
glove,
I'm
glove,
interested in a
glove,
bubble
glove.
machine.
Chat, 10
I
seconds.
think it'd be a fun to get a bubble machine.
All right, chat. Glove, check glove.
Guys, use it.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, you can.
Why do we keep wasting gloves? We just keep wasting them.
What
Gloves,
the
You
fuck?
snipe?
use the gloves.
Scar baby, thank you, Scar baby.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, they.
Alejo!
Thank you, Scar
Alejo!
baby. Thank you, organic.
There she is.
Thank you, organic. Thank you, Scar
Alejo!
baby.
Alejo, you firework, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, he actually.
What you
wildin'.
want?
I'm talking to Chris.
Thank you, Scar baby. Thank you, organic.
What
Thank
did
you,
Chris?
Lala.
What was Chris saying?
Thank you, Mason, Amanda, C, Ayana, J.
No, Chris. No, Chris. She said, now you
I
cook
know
my
they
food,
are
boy.
And
She said, now you
That's
cook
like been
my
distracting me
food.
like the whole
What a
night.
miss. Thank you. Toxic Iceman, you got a glove and a booster. Let's go.
Yeah.
Chris, everybody tapping. Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
That should be distracting me the whole night. I ain't
I
gonna lie.
agree. I'm the problem. I promise you that nasty ass 5K gift hitting. That's exactly.
Oh, Tori, it was after. It was after the game's
That's
over,
shitty
Tori. The game's over.
right there. That shitty ass cheap.
We would have won without the glove. We
You
would
got
have won without
lucky.
the
No,
glove.
you wouldn't, because I would have.
Yeah, we would have won without the glove. We already
I
had
would have
two.
sniped that, bro. We would have had.
Bro, you should
There,
have
it hit. It hit.
All right, enough of that yip yap. Let's play the game, you guys. Enough of all that.
All right, come on, goofies. Play the freaking game.
Like, come on, y'all yip yapping. This, that, and the other.
Thank you guys so much.
Oh my god, I'm the problem.
All right, tell him the problem to give us a battle. How about that?
Yeah, Zuka used to do that when I.
We're gonna play hard.
He used to like freak out. I'm not
Give
gonna-
us a battle.
71 Galaxy 2 mil chat.
All right, Tori
71
wants the game,
Galaxies.
y'all. Tori wants a game. Stop playing around, Jamie. That cheap stuff on the glove.
71. We get chat. Is this a
Stephanie.
All right, let's go, chat. Lock in, lock in.
Stephanie said, give her a battle, bro.
I'm
She's
locked
sick of
in,
these
chat. Come
games.
on.
Chris does what?
Stephanie said, give her a battle, Jamie. Give me a battle, Chris.
Johnny, what up, everybody?
Because if I'm, you know what I'm saying?
Stop clapping like a seal.
Iceman hasn't dropped the fucking thing.
Everyone tap my screen. Chat, W Alejo, bro. Did we ever say W Alejo in the chat, bro? Send his first firework. Alejo, was that your first firework ever, bro? Was that your first firework?
Supposed to be.
What up, Jody Joe? What up, Renz?
I know. Give us
How
a
many people
battle.
Oh,
now? Let's go.
How you doing, Tegan?
Let's go.
Yes. Oh, let's go. W
Valerie, what up,
Alejo.
Valerie?
Level up. Level
Let's
up,
freaking
level
go.
up. No, G shit.
Clapping
I
like
don't
a
know what
seal.
Dead ass.
I
I
know.
hope you could play
Like,
that
give us
again.
a break, bro.
I hate that when you're in force.
What up, Janet? What up, Jay? What up, everybody?
I know it is weird.
Organic with
But
the
not
shares.
all
Thank
of
you,
them.
organic.
W Alejo, chat.
Thank you, organic.
I'm going well.
No.
I'm going well. You guys like the new profile picture or no, chat?
No, chat.
Asia,
Oh, shit,
get
this
your
is crazy.
in here. I don't know where she's at actually.
This shit break.
Christy with the heart knee. Chat, I'm telling you, Alejo's not messing around, chat. Like he's testing the waters out, but I got a feeling he might be our next level 50 in the chat. Just watch. I got this really good feeling. I got this really good feeling deep down on the inside that he's gonna be the next level 50 on the chat. I got a feeling, guys. Had to do that. No, Tori.
Yes, sir. Yeah, just me and you. The rest of them are boring. Brother Nature's sitting there getting ready to play games.
On doubles we play.
Guys, we need a Corey for speed.
Oh, I know,
30
I
people
know,
in here
it's
now.
all
Let's
good.
go.
Chat, 3 hand hearts to the speedy, guys.
Let's go. Guys, we need a Corey. We need teamwork. Or 3 hand hearts.
Hey, chat. 260, y'all. 260 for the speed,
Guys,
chat.
260.
Stephanie, chat,
260.
2 more hand hearts.
GT, what up, GT?
260.
2 more hand hearts, chat.
No, I wish it was the one in front of the
Or that. I'm the problem.
Bobby.
Which one in front of what
260,
car?
chat. 260.
The one I just made.
Tori.
260, everybody. What up, Danny?
Chat.
What up, team?
Roses. Oh my god.
Shit.
Hi, Greg.
Well, my heart was in my
Chat, on the
heart.
doubles we
After
play,
this,
chat. Can we frag them up
we're
on the
gonna
doubles?
reset from battles.
Guys, everybody, if we could go.
After this, I gotta reset from battles.
On the double.
Chat, Madam President in the house. Guys, can we absolutely fry them up? Marley, Alejo. 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 Stephanie. Oh, let's go, chat. Fry them all the way up.
Guys,
Chat,
teamwork
cook
on
them.
doubles.
One galaxy at a time.
Cook them, chat. Cook them.
Teamwork on
Double,
doubles.
I really dislike the profile picture.
Lenny.
Doubles, guys. Doubles.
Cool. GT, what up, GT?
Alejo. Tori.
Okay.
Guys, go, chat. Fry them up.
Fair.
Lenny, Stephanie.
Sapphire, thank you for the
Let's go,
hand.
chat. Let's
Everybody
go.
together.
Doubles.
Chat, doubles,
Teamwork.
Come on.
Oh, crap.
I'm the problem.
Debbie.
Billy, baby.
Debbie. Debbie, where the freaks
Oh my
you
God,
come from?
Where is yours? Oh, let's go. Oh my
Debbie,
God,
where the
I'm
freaks you
problem.
come from?
Yeah, fuck it. I'll take
Debbie.
Oh my
Natasha
God,
with the heart me.
Ah!
Oh my God, thank you.
Oh
See what
my
I'm seeing?
God. Sebi, Stephanie, Tori, Alejo, Davi.
I'm not
Let's
gonna lie.
go.
Is it the most recent one?
And
or is
Lenny.
it the one that I'm
Hi,
gonna
Natasha. Sebi, where the heck did you come from? Wait, did you take the title gift for that? Alejo, can you send 2 more of those hat and mustaches? 2 more of those hat and mustaches so you can take the title. All right, Natasha. Who could you be possibly sharing the live out to 1,000 times? If it's no one, I can't see the comments. I can't see the comments when you spam share like that. What up, GT? Oh, Sebi. Oh, let's get this dadgum gift gallery. Oh, let's go, chat. Oh, let's go. Oh, Sebi is filling up this. Let's go.
Because guess what, chat? We're getting first place.
You're not getting first place, bro.
Why?
Stop.
I'm manifesting it for us.
Oh my God, let's go, bro.
Oh.
Let's go.
Joel!
Let's go.
What up, Joel?
Sebi. Oh, let's go.
What up, Joel?
Sebi. Let's freaking go, chat. Alejo.
We're
Let's
gonna check
go.
on our boy. Joel, how are you, fam?
Yeah, watch the snipe, chat. Watch the snipe.
No way.
Oh,
We're gonna
Mike
check
is
on our
way in the
boy
lead.
after
What
this,
just
chat.
happened? Oh no.
No way.
I can't, y'all. It's too many people hitting me up, chat. It's too many people hitting me up. You good, Joel?
Oh, let's go, bro.
Who's there? Boggs.
Oh, let's go, bro. Sebi, you got a glove. Stephanie, you got a glove. Tori, you got a lightning ball. Alejo, thank you. Davi, thank you. Lenny, thank you. Natasha, thank you. Everybody tapping and yapping, you guys. Let's freaking go, bro. Incredible teamwork, chat. Let's get it.
Hell yeah, Joel. You having a good night? Hey, y'all, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come
I
back
was
in a
gonna
little bit,
say,
y'all.
I didn't know these.
All right, bro.
All right, y'all.
I didn't
Debbie,
know.
what's good?
Wait.
No, I like this one.
All right, Chris, look up, bro. All right, there we go. Brother was trying to get out. We want to bring someone else in here.
Boggs.
I just changed it again.
You want to bring Ahmed in here?
Who?
Ahmed.
No, down bad battles. We do that.
Hi, Taylor.
Okay, who do you want to bring? Wait, can y'all unlock it so we can unlock the? There you
Boggs, what are you doing?
go. Ahmed's on. Stas is on.
I want to see if I want to 1v1. I'm gonna come back to y'all.
Are you gonna 1v1? Wait, 1v1 me, Chris.
You're all right. Go ahead. That's fine.
Okay, bye.
Jamie, that's fucked up, right?
Chat, let's cook up Chris. Take them glasses
That's what I'm
off, bro.
saying. That's what I want. I don't think they could get me in trouble for that picture. I don't think it's a bad picture.
All right, everyone tap my screen, chat. Dude wasn't locked in. Faith. Wait, what dude wasn't locked in? Let's go, chat. All right, let's not fall apart here, chat. Let's get it. Faith, what's good?
On and on and
Oh,
on.
Brother Nature. Yeah.
All right, chat. I ain't gonna lie. This is good. Good little beat. You know, easy games. Mike Marshall. Good little glove plug right here.
Like, is he good in the head, bro? Is he actually good in the head? He just lost. Bro just lost. Stephanie. W Stephanie. Guys, who has gloves in here? Don't drop him right now, but who has them?
B-Mod, yeah. Thanks.
DTR, let's go, bro. Do you have a glove, Stephanie? Tori, how many do you have? And Davi, how many do you have? DTR, bro. Drop a heart me in here, dude. You don't have a heart me, DTR. None?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm putting Madison's in it.
No, Tori, stop dropping them, Tori. Tori, don't drop them. We don't need them right now, Tori. We just I need to know how many people we have them, Tori. All right, on doubles we play, chat. You got 2 gloves? All right, Alejo. Nice. All right, we're gonna need to play on this double shot. No, I already explained. Alejo, thank you. All right, chat. 4 roses. Everyone drop a rose. Everyone drop a rose. Everyone drop a rose. Alejo, thank you. No, the rose hit ×5. Chat. There we go. All right, here we go. Celtics. There we go. I'm gonna need you to be more specific. My bad. That's my bad. All right, chat. On doubles we play. Double shot. Stephanie. Double shot. We need the party on and on in the gift gallery chat. Party on and on.
That shit, bro. They don't have a party on and on, bro.
We do have party on and on.
You keep asking for that shit, bro. How many games have you asked for that nasty ass gift that you're not gonna get?
Chat, party on and on his head. Give me the battle, Chris Different. Hey, boy, you're not getting a podium this way. This is down bad. You're getting boxing gloves. Are you good in the head? Are you good in the head?
Of course.
You're getting boxing gloves, bro. Like, are you good?
Competition.
Like, hello? You're getting boxing gloves. Give me a battle,
bro. You're sitting there getting absolutely nothing. What about fireworks? Boom. Hand hearts, fireworks, back to back. What are you getting? Absolutely nothing. You're watching this shit just pass by. You want to be 1v1 you for what?
That's my life goal. Party on and on.
So, wow, doing it after the triples.
Now give me a battle, Chris. Sorry. Now give me a battle, boy. Hey, now give me a battle. How about that? Yes, that nasty gift that I asked for and I got, bro.
Yeah.
Closed mouths don't get fed. Hey, oi, don't talk over my coins, bro. Closed mouths don't get fed, bro. They don't. But when they're open, yes, food gets put in them. And food just got put in mine. What's going on over there, bro? You're parched, bro. You're thirsty. You're hungry. You got nothing over there. You got fireworks. You got boxing gloves. And I got party on and on. It's